like, oh, this is our map pick. I think we got this. Even though, obviously, we see FUT are a strong Ancient team. I feel like it should go their way. But if it doesn't, it's going to be concerning.
Well, if it doesn't, I think that kind of spells out doom for them. They're going to have a lot to prove on a map 2 that is Nuke, a map that they're not comfortable with. And as we get to see the head-to-head on the screen, it is time to get into the matchup. It's FUT, it's MOUZ, and it's a chance to push further on into the playoffs of EWC 2026. A thing of beauty should be on our hands here, Anthony, and I cannot tell you how excited I am. MOUZ starting on the CT side, FUT choose to be the attack.
Well, maybe going in for that early aggression already. Seeing FUT take some strong Jaguar control with no real contention. A lot of MOUZ focused more over towards that ramp position. That smoke going to buy them a little space and time. But they do have a single lurk off in mid. And they're just going to kind of play it slow and steady right now. Not kind of rush headlong into it.
Aggressive in the cave. I mean, this is a great setup for them. MOUZ not putting any pressure in towards that area. Another smoke goes down, so the T's still will be stopped from pushing out for the time being. As we say all this, though, Kriveni's getting close on the backside of the site, and xertioN's the only one here with the dual Berettas, depending on the timing of the pop. Could easily go in favor of FUT very strongly. Smoke goes down towards short. Dual Berettas only good for one. Symmetry trades back immediately. And that's an open bomb site. That is a bomb that will be planted, and this is Jugs in a position to maybe stop the rotate, trying to clear him out. Able to get one head. That's all he will collect. A 3-on-3, all three CTs rotating in through their spawn point. A flash in. xflow takes the contact. Good spray onto one. Trying to get the long-range fight. Not quite able to land the Glock shots all the way. Instead, Georgie trades back, and it all comes down to him. We need 4 in the round to try to pull this off. Clock continues to tick. Both these T's stacked up in the same spot. Not planted for them in the current time being, but all they have to do is play the time. There's no kit. So much damage done on him, and that's a very strong way for FUT to start, and quite a loud way for them to start, too.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get that energy going. I feel like at this point, MOUZ is kind of like their nemesis. You know, they're the constant butting of the heads in their general area, and you know, you gotta make sure everyone's hyped up a little bit, bring some energy to the table, just like we have to as well, Donnie.
Energy didn't make the main stage. They got disqualified.
Yeah,
they're not disqualified. They got
oh no,
they got beat. Excuse me.
They just lost.
Yeah, no. You say disqualified, it sounds a little bit better, but anyway. We are into the second round. It is a force buy on the side of the CT. Scout and play for xertioN. Could be very impactful. xertioN dodging bullets. Put himself in the matrix, not quite getting hit yet. But the site's already been taken, Anthony.
Yeah, Demon are just kind of watching the crosshair, knows that there's most likely still one over towards Kaze, but apparently it doesn't matter. Demon gets his head taken off, but xflow at least gets the trade with the Glil. Brings it to a 4-on-4. Things still slowed to a crawl. The bomb not even making it up towards site. They're actually abandoning the site, and they're going to maybe rotate off towards A. This was 100% the right and correct read. They're just kind of maybe overplaying their hand, maybe being a little too overcautious, giving enough time for those CTs to walk all the way through main.
Yeah, but Jugs hears it. Jugs knows exactly what's going on. They should explode onto the bomb site at any moment. Although xertioN does make the sound of the lurker not be able to be heard anymore. Hard to hear things when you are dead. Bomb will begin to get planted. It is a player advantage for the side of MOUZ. But still, weaponry in favor of the T's, positioning in favor of the T's. They just have to deal with the group up coming up from Cat. Still being very vocal about this push.
No kit.
No kit. That's why they have to go fast. Clearing up towards ramp. Where's he focused, but can't see close. MP9 makes his way up. Smoke goes down to the bomb. xflow to find the first one. xertioN is able to trade back, and now with the smoke on the bomb.
Oh.
Perfect timing for xflow to just sit there and wait, His teammate won't even make it necessary, though. Symmetry, very nice job. Hopefully able to still get away with his life. As he turns the corner, I think he will be able to. That's insane. Behind plywood, you can survive a bomb. Did you know that?
Yeah, I mean, you can survive behind a pile of bricks even if the bomb's on the other side, and you know, that's if you're as long as you're on Inferno. Everybody else, you'll die, but if you're right next to the bomb, you'll be good. But what's not good right now is this start for MOUZ. I mean, they're getting some kills, they're getting a little momentum, they're making it close at a lot of times here, but then they just have this explosion across the board, and things just crumble before our eyes. Again, that was a forced buy, and this time around, it's going to actually be the exact same thing. Nearly a scout, some pistol upgrades here, some 5.7s. We've seen what 5.7s can do on a map like Ancient at close range, and it wouldn't be the first time a CT side has won off a lesser buy.
Well, I do think it's important to note that there was so much economic damage done to FUT that round. MOUZ only allowing 2 of those players to stay alive. Sure, you lose all your weapons with you, but at the end of the day, just being able to control that is very, very worth it. Red room control very early on from FUT.
Like this.
3 players march down in. Spinks on an island all by themselves. xertioN might catch a timing. Not quite. Scoped up towards red room. No idea that the T's have already evaded his sightline. xCloud, easy shot. cmtry in the back line also converts one for himself. 5.7s all that remain for the side of MOUZ, and I think it's safe to call it already. Probably not a save. Probably want to go for some more economic damage, but FUT looks strong this round. FUT not going to give up anything. Barely took, took no damage at all. And it will be time to save.
It's going to be that huge economy boost here for them.
Yes, they needed that after losing so many in the previous round.
This was their make or break, whether that bomb plan got it down or not, and if they lost the round, it would have most likely been somewhere close. You have to make the decision of force buy or save, kind of that gray area position financially, but instead, 5 alives, and it seems like that will remain the case, as it doesn't seem like any of these 5.7s or scout nowadays might find it. Well, I say that, and maybe towards bottom mid, we might see a little bit of action as PR actually just gets flatlined instead, leaving just 1 alive for MOUZ. And it will be a 3-0 start here for FUT. Again, their map pick, and they're making it seem that way.
Definitely would seem that way. A little bit of replay. An easy round for the side of FUT, 100%. Getting that final kill there towards the end. But it is an upgrade into the big green for xertioN. Very important to get the op on that player early on. Allow the momentum to swing his way.
Ooh,
fast push.
It's a good speed up, a good change of pace here, which actually did catch the CTs off guard. They're too focused on trying to maintain that mid. They lost all control of this A site. Donut control, smoked off. CT, smoked off and mollied off. And the bomb, yet to make its way there. 1:20 on the clock, and hell, they may still call this off and just revert back to B, which might actually be a safe call as PR swings and finds 1, but it's going to get traded out nearly just as quick as he got it. And it will be a full rotate now on over to that A side.
Still committing, still trying to push their way in. Flash is over. Spinks low HP, but can still be a nuisance from Donut as long as the op has the push in front of him. Jugs able to find 1 more for himself, a 3-on-3. No smokes left on this T side, though. Not going to be able to get anything out.
Oh.
They have to play for the flank. Krabeni does very well to convert a kill there. xertioN almost lines 2 up. Damage done on a demon. And
wow.
It all falls apart for FUT in the end. Given way too much time to rotate, MOUZ were easily able to concentrate their focus on denying the bomb from making its way over to A. By the time it got there, too little too late.
I like the pace FUT are bringing to this match. I don't like the amount of overthinking they're going into it. Once they have site control, I feel like, there's nothing wrong with sticking around, feeling it out, seeing what's going on, and if there isn't a spot you cleared out yet. But they're waiting 20, 30 seconds. If you're going to play fast like Demon is right now, then play fast and commit to it. And that's exactly what he does. Gets that early pick for a mid. Krabeni finds 1, does get traded out, but still a man advantage.
That's what you need on Ancient. You need the fast mid play. You need 100%. To make sure that your foot is stomped down in there.
Foot?
Ooh, xCloud. Very nice as the smoke fades. And that's going to be a free pathway onto the B bomb site. xertioN still close by. Playing back towards long. The bomb is not picked up. FUT trying to clear out the site before they really fully commit. A bomb into there. cmtry dodges the flash, controls the spray. Takes xertioN down, and xertioN with the op. Gonna be a hard save. You already got people pushing all around you. Bomb has been planted. Loss from the world. This would be huge to be able to bring into the next round because you look at the money. Anthony, I'm no economist, but I do not think that they have a lot.
is that financial advice?
Ooh, okay.
I wouldn't do that. That's actually really bad.
He can 1-on-1, but there's still a push coming from the backside, which xertioN is now more than ready for.
Uh-oh.
And money on the side of FUT, just as worse. So all this pushing in will make it a little bit awkward, but at least you still get a round on the board. At least you still get to see that number climb a little bit higher.
Yeah. I mean, you're seeing good calls from FUT at the beginning. The first 30 seconds is fully going the way of the T's by a large margin. MOUZ need to, I would hopefully call a pause this round or the next, depending on maybe how this one pans out, but something needs to change. A pace that FUT is setting is something that MOUZ, they're not being able to react fast enough or even counter anything. They're giving up site control. They're giving up map space. I mean, I'm like what I'm seeing from FUT.
Yeah, I mean, it's still MOUZ adjusting to the matchup at hand, seeing how they want to play this. A great push up from Demon once more. Living up to the namesake. Causing havoc, but xertioN able to put a quick end to his life. The FUT don't want to stop here. FUT still being very aggressive. Ooh. A lucky spray, xFloud. Connects to the dome piece of xertioN. Another player down for MOUZ. Still 2 on the bomb side, however. Still a way to try to hold out against this. Both long and short are smoked out. And xertioN answers the tracers through the smoke. Bomb is planted, but a 3-on-3 retake. Very doable situation. You have to let Spinks activate in the back line. For Benny, so close, making noise. AK beats the MP9 out. Difference in damage is everything. xertioN still wants to get into this. xertioN still wants to get aggressive, get curious. The kills will have to come in soon. There is a kid on xertioN. But with so little time left, so nothing to do. cmtry takes down basically everyone that comes in his way. It's 5-1.
I mean, it's demon time, dude. He's 3-5 right now, but those 3 kills each round were the initial openings, I'm pretty sure. At least 2 out of those 3
impactful 3 kills.
Exactly. And it instantly, like I said it right before the round started, and there's the pause, thankfully, for MOUZ. But Demon is just doing what he pleases. Gets a pick, gets space, gets control, all off the back of a single flash. There's not really anybody else particularly following up within a reasonable space to get a trade. It's just he makes the space. He gets the kill, and by that time, the way MOUZ have been playing very kind of loose and disjointed, FUT's got control.
We'll see a bit of an investment out from MOUZ this time around.
It's kind of actually what you said earlier. Don't let MOUZ play their game.
Yeah. No, and I think that's exactly what needed to be done. It being on Ancient, of course, does help as well, as this is a bit of a playground for FUT. MOUZ still a team that does tend to go for Ancient every once in a while. A missed smoke. Unfortunate. Forgot to jump, and that allows Spinks and xertioN to push down. Pistol SMG find the first 2 kills of the round. FUT a disastrous start for them. Try to flash back in, try to take the space. Gonna need something, but this allows MOUZ to just play back, play super passive, wait for a hit to come out towards the site. Use the numbers advantage.
Feel like that's all MOUZ have right now are the numbers advantage, so might as well play it well. At the very least, a little bit over a minute on the clock. Again, bomb scooped up, but not really making a notion or motion towards any particular site just yet, which has kind of been the FUT way. Not committing early on and really just slowly grinding this out, and it's paid in spades thus far. But this round, maybe, finally, MOUZ can find something under them, get some money going, and again, the money for FUT hasn't been great. The rounds they've won, they've usually had 1-2 alive, and this
is so important.
Flank is perfectly timed.
Yeah, and he's going to be able to clear out, say that it's only 1 here. Benny will lose his life. I mean, this basically forces the hand. Tease over towards A. cmtry at least able to take care of the player, boosted up, but the bomb needs to get down. Smoking a Molotov back towards CT. Allows the space to push up. No one in Donut quite yet. So the bomb, uncontested, will be planted. And Demon waits. He wants to look for this. There's 2 CTs lined up. But he can't go for the swing. He has to play for them to come in. xertioN, he doesn't need a rifle. He's got a pistol. That does all the work. And only cmtry, very low on HP, and Nate does decent onto HR, on a PR. HR.
We're calling HR?
Apparently.
What happened?
2 letters, close enough.
It's true. It's true. Abbreviations. Is it abbreviated for something for him? PR?
PR.
Is that his name?
PR.
All right. We'll stick with that. Actually, that's what we got HLTV for.
PR.
Finally, MOUZ find around, and again, get that bomb down, but everyone's around 3K, give or take, a couple hundred here or there, and this might be a Tech 9 armor buy, which would actually play perfectly into their playstyle. I mean, given Demon a Tech 9 and armor, I couldn't think of a worst case scenario for MOUZ right now. They have to string these rounds together sooner rather than later, but instead, it's actually Kerbeni going for the hero rifle play. Can he make it count?
CT's pushing close to him. Seems like xertioN wants to jump up a spray. Labored but secured. Very important opening kill for the T's right now. The AK switched over to the hand of Jugs. They can bounce this rifle around. Allow the pistols to at least find 1 or 2, at least find a bit of a gap. Much forward positioning from xertioN. The other side of the smoke. T's, I mean, they're going to push into this. Surely xertioN at least gets 1 or 2. He lets all 4 pass.
It's perfect, or maybe it's not.
Pass. Only 1.
But he did the damage, and Nade could literally net him 3 kills right now, Donnie. But will they do it? Will they let the old nades fly? Molly comes in over towards default, holds them off just a little bit longer. 40 seconds left on the clock. They continue to take these drug-out fights that are somehow coming in the way of FUT, and it's just down to Spake's last alive, but he's gone unchecked. He's going to be unscathed. He finds himself 1. The rest of the players low on HP. Will they swing simultaneously? He misses the molly, but they might walk into it, and somehow Jugs falls it, gets the trade, and on a round where everything looked to go the way of MOUZ, it falls flat.
Man, that's a hold your breath type of moment there. I was getting worried. I saw the swing into the Molotov. Low HP on Jugs. It could have been disastrous.
I was holding my breath when all 4 of them walked past the CT.
Yeah, but
only a
you can't blame
kill.
xertioN for waiting.
No, he played it correctly. It was just
fast.
The spray was just a little off.
Utility out towards mid, like always. PR. Already down to 17 points of health. Slow pace from FUT. Very good. A different spread than normal. That's a good thing about FUT's T side. They do like to very often change the way that they're laid out throughout the map. Still results in the same end goal. They're going to push towards mid. 2 stationed there. cmtry, very nice pick onto PR. Low HP player getting a bit aggressive. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Thinks falls and Donut. A gap being made for the T's to try to make headway.
Oh, the timing here for Demon. Might be able to get one, but a good setup here, and Kerbeni just lays it down and puts down the law and says, this is mine. B-site is again going the way of the T's, leaving just Horsey last alive, and obviously he's not going to want to commit to a 1-on-5, so along with FUT getting a 7th round, they finally get a stable income. Who would have thought?
Very good. Next Cloud. They got the money to go for a little bit of a hunt here. See if they can get towards the off.
Oh.
Ducks down. Eventually, surely goes for the kill. There you go.
I was thinking knife for a second.
Oh, no. Far too risky, but Jugs right in the back to get that rifle straight out of the hands. And as the fist bumps go around, it's a very strong start for FUT. MOUZ forced to take their 2nd timeout. And you know what? This is the start that FUT needed, right? Like, I don't think that this is necessarily disastrous for MOUZ. I mean...
No, 7-5 could still well happen.
Well, also just the way that Ancient is going. Say it is, hypothetically, it continues in this trend and it is a blowout. You got Nuke next. you're still feeling very comfortable in this series. I think
we collectively agree there's going to be 3 maps.
I think the bigger issue is just going to be how much momentum do you let sway into FUT's corner? How much confidence are you allowed to give them? That is a disgusting shot on the replay. And doing a very good job to force the action elsewhere on the map. Take control, let the CTs know a grouping is somewhere, have them try to push out into the B back hall. Just spray them down as soon as they come. xertioN back in mid. xertioN plays it smart this time. Doesn't give up the life, instead pushes into Donut, where we do have a stack up on the A bomb site. Only one towards B, xertioN. IGL putting the rest of his team in a position to defend a different site. xertioN opens it up, doesn't let the 5-7 get the better of him.
I mean,
and they should just know it's an open site now.
When you got your IGL dropping 11 and literally tied for top in the server right now, you got to feel like you're playing right and you're playing good. I mean, you're making the right calls, you're making the right plays. You've yet to doubt your decisions. I mean, you've lost 2 rounds, and that's, you know, was down to like a 1-on-1, 1-on-2 only, and decisive wins, Donnie. It's looking strong. And again, it's going to come into play. How much momentum do you really want to give this squad? And xertioN with a little bit of a labored spray. But you know what?
It's fine. It's fine.
It's okay. We didn't need that. He didn't.
There's so much money.
xertioN's
got.
It's actually not that much money
before the round's over. It's
but Expo has like 1 point. Like I mean, the round's coming to a close soon. Surely this won't come back to bite them.
Expo has 5K for himself. Everything's okay. A funny team kill.
I feel like we've seen a lot of team kills here.
Happens to the best of us, man.
Usually just happens to me.
Happens to the best of us. xertioN doing very good to make sure the angle is cleared there.
Well, you know, he walked into it, to be all completely honest.
Hey, you know, we're still giving high fives out afterwards.
Oh yeah, no, that's 100%. We're all joking about and laughing about it.
8-2. And a buy back out for MOUZ. The op in the hands of Torji. But making their way through mid, a flash in allows Spinks to jiggle just a little bit, but kills did not fall in favor of MOUZ. Instead, the player advantage goes in the hands of FUT once more. Completely segregated all these CTs into separate sides of the map. Torji at least does good to stop xertioN from causing more havoc. But now, MOUZ need to worry about the rest of the team trying to make entryway onto the B bomb site. All stacked up, all ready to go. xFloud leading the way for his team. Flashed off, trying to spray. PR, just the perfect angle. cmtry, too quick on the scope. And Demon, I mean, still just absolutely disgusting. It leaves it just to the Opper on the side of MOUZ. Torji, although leading the way for his team in kills right now, he would need a task too tall to continue it out. 9-2 start from FUT.
Man, this is quite a showing. Quite a showing indeed for both sides, in good ways and bad ways alike. And the fact that FUT have gained that mid control continuously across all rounds, and not even, they gained full control over mid in the first 30 seconds, but usually net the first kill in the first 15 seconds in mid. It is the fact that MOUZ have yet to really actually control it. And here we go in a good switch up, a good read.
Hey, Rush comes in, Demon and xertioN both spray. Spinks does fall down before the site can even be protected at all. xertioN, Molotov burns him out. Noise should have been made.
Oh.
They know that donut is occupied. Torji trying to play around some smokes. One of the front of the cave is about to fade. CT's pushing in from their spawn to make it a bit awkward, but Demon's still very good to find 2 of his own. Now the only 2 left. Doof to play from the aforementioned spawned area. PR pushed up in the cave. We'll take a bit of a peek. Too many enemies on his screen to try to take them all out. And it's Storzy, spray as you may, spray as you might. It will all come down. It's time to say goodnight. 10-2, FUT. An exclamation point on this series so far. This is a chance to prove yourself, the real proving ground, against a team that just won a trophy. And sure, you're a map pick, but you could not ask for a better start to the series.
And this is kind of what I was afraid of out of this MOUZ roster. Is, you know, like Mike said, I'm a hard man to please, but when a roster's only getting 2 rounds, granted this is FUT's map pick, but this is past just, oh, it's their map pick. You expect them to at least probably have a more viable way of playing said map. This is just dominance in every way. This could quite easily be a 12-0, and it would still feel the same, I feel like.
Well, I mean, if you want to look on the bright side for MOUZ, it's not a 12-0.
It's not.
I mean,
and Torzy's doing great.
Yeah, Torzy is doing great, but then you look at everyone else on the team.
If you just hyper-focus on that one man, you're good.
Yeah, but
if you read the bigger
you have
picture,
the question of if Torzy wasn't popping off in this current situation, then where do we lie? Because it's not looking too pretty, but a chance to try to come back into the action. A pistol round 1 here could spell at least a foreseeable comeback, but it does all anchor on this point right now. But they could try to put a very explosive end to this first map. But the stack up's in the wrong spot. Only 2 over towards A. Jugs. Very nice headshot to start it off. xCloud's dual Berettas ring out elsewhere. PR does at least trade back with the player disadvantage as they get onto the site. Quick cmtry in the right spot at the right time. Dual Beretta's not quite landing. Eventually does. And xertioN all by himself. The IGL needs to think of his way out of this. And doubling back towards Donut might be the way to do it. There is no one within mid to try to stop that. So space gathered, a bit of breathing room. Room to wiggle your way around, but going straight into red room where 2 CTs are stacked up. Low HP. xertioN finally gets a kill, but immediately traded back by Krebeni. 11 rounds out of 14 played.
GG go Nuke.
GG go Nuke?
That's where we're at. They lost pistol. That was like kind of their potential to get into this. And I mean, kind of like we were saying before, Torzy's doing good, so like it leads you, at least he might have some confidence bringing that op over to Nuke, which is going to be a key piece of where they can kind of fend off this map too. And, you know, hopefully you actually knife your teammates. That's always a little pokey poke.
Well, you know what happens.
And just having fun, which is good. You can tell they're having fun. It's always fun when you win.
MOUZ stuck below the elbow smoke. A very, very aggressive presence from Jugs. xCloud falls off of a flash. xertioN at least has a bit of control towards Catwalk, but can't quite go anywhere from there. These want to look their way through mid. FUT plays off. You don't want to play the closer angles against the pistols. Don't want to play anything that could potentially just lead to you getting overran. A lot of pressure could be on Jugs soon unless they decide to go towards Catwalk.
Well, it does seem like Catwalk will be the play. Demon, perfect position, perfect weapon for the exact scenario. Krebeni gonna maybe play a little bit of bait and switch here. Or maybe he's gonna hold off towards ramp. But now he's gonna about face here. Turney mows one down, but Demon can somehow only find one. It's all trades across the board as everything kind of comes to a close. It is gonna be a 2-on-2 retake with a good nade, and Spinks just barely getting out of it. PR swings in, finds one of his own. It's down to just Jugs last alive, and PR finding 3 in the round. And MOUZ not dead yet, they're not out of it. It's just a long, grueling mountain to climb.
Well, I mean, that's a great way to get into it. You know, winning the pistol round and then losing the second, especially on the CT side,
hurts.
Very, very damaging towards the economy. So MOUZ do have some space to try to worm their way back into the map. Not saying it'll be an easy task by any means, but it is a task nonetheless that could come to fruition. A lot of utility wasted out towards outside B. None of it really landing the mark. Now set play towards B. It's exactly where they want to go. The stack up is here. 4 players close by. Demons 5-7, not quite able to connect. xCloud only good for 1. The T's, without much resistance at all, have officially stomped their way up the ramp onto the B-bomb site, and it leaves Jugs to save. Take the deagle, take the armor into the next round.
Yeah, I mean, xCloud getting at least 1. You know, something you expect a little bit of a stack there to get a little more, but, you know, Plenty of rounds still to go, but MOUZ building up maybe some confidence, maybe taking a page out of what FUT were doing to them and speeding it up. Catching them off guard a little bit, taking that early space, denying access, kind of just going down the checklist of how they can start making this one, at the very least, a competitive scoreline.
On the bright side, that full save, waiting that time, a lot of time to talk out with your team, the expectations of what to come in the next few rounds. Since the force in the previous, early FUT don't reinvest once more. A hectic way onto the bomb site, but easy nonetheless for MOUZ.
They are stepping up.
Yeah, that's kind of the point that MOUZ was missing in most of this matchup so far, was just no one there as a second frag to xertioN. Now xertioN, 11 and 12 PR, at least made their way to almost double digits. Almost a spray through the wall, not quite fully being able to finish off the opposition. Once again, full stack towards B. This time all 5.
Hope it is just USBs this time around. And a deagle, sorry, on Jugs. But that's really all we're going to see here. And maybe MOUZ don't commit to it. The utility's committed thus far, but they're still looking like they're feeling it out just a little bit, committing a little bit of space and a little bit of body to it. The minute on the clock, plenty of time to turn around once they see few, but it is going to be, of course, Torres. He finds one of his own as the USBs come rolling down ramp. Actually find 2. A little bit chaotic for a split second, and Demon lands a dink, but couldn't quite get the kill. MOUZ now have 3 in a row. They've got some money left in the bank here. Can't keep losing bodies. Torres still have plenty of money left over to buy this op. AKs for the rest. Utility are aplenty. While FUT, on the other hand, coming up a little short in some of the utility.
And one of the key times that the difference in ammo between the A1 and an AK or an A4 comes into play. A4 didn't have enough bullets. FUT was able to get a kill or 2 with the player that saved it over from the previous. But now we get back into the real action, the real meat and potatoes, the real importance of this matchup. A buy-up for both teams. FUT a little bit worse for wear, no op. We have to see if that form continues from the first half, because that could definitely be a driving force. And MOUZ do fully commit and are able to come back into this.
Kerbeni playing a dangerous game here of who can spam who first, and he's taking a little bit more than he's ever liked to receive. Down to 34 HP. He backpedals, gives up as he's the solo body on B right now. Everyone else kind of hyper-focused and hyper-fixated on that mid-area, playing a 1-3-1 setup. Pretty common, but when you're kind of potentially facing down the barrel of 4 Ts, potentially walking out utility with no utility, actually, it becomes a little more scary because you don't know what you're going to lock it, which is exactly what's going to happen. And they just methodically clear the site.
Yeah, perfect entries onto the site. Timing couldn't have been worse. 4 FUT there to try to go for the peaks, try to clear the site back out. Although, 3v2 all of a sudden. Assume the save was coming through, and it should still, as the positioning's just not there to go for the retake. Also, no kit in play means that there's no way in hell you can get there in time. But rifle's off the hand of the T's. At least this made it feel a little bit more interesting for a moment.
Yeah, I mean, long term, again, still rounds to play with. They still have a 5-round lead. Hopefully taking away some of these bodies and chip away at that economy. But you did say earlier, it may look like a landslide, but hopefully once those sides flip, and MOUZ find some comfort on the T side, you know, with that space, the aggression, it definitely plays a little more to their style. Where now FUT are kind of backpedaling a little bit. They had that confidence. They had everything going their way. And now MOUZ are starting to force FUT to play to their tempo.
Well, timeout taken for FUT. Think about how they want to go around this buy. Drops could go over. Cycrone a bit of time to talk to his team. Very talented mind in himself. But as the timeout comes to an end, it does seem that FUT do commit to the buyback, do allow themselves a bit of space for utility. Again, the timing on the push out onto the side and trying to re-clear back in through short and long, it just did not work in FUT's favor at all. MOUZ was in perfect positions for that exact moment. And now they're stuck with two MP9s on their side, but don't count it out. Definitely some cheeky positions you can get in there with those. And a lot of aggression in the mid.
Oh.
Demon continues to be an impactful player. 2 down with the SMG over towards mid, and they can see the space. They fall back. You have the player advantage now. Not quite able to upgrade either of the SMGs, but it's fine. It's good. You have a bit of space to work with now. Oh, and look at this. Straight back to the aggression. Gonna push through A main. Doesn't choose to push anymore. PR gets killed over towards the caves. That will send the bomb scrambling back towards the B bomb site. This Demon's cleared out. Demon knows what's up. He'll be able to easily call it over to his teammates as they face utility from above. No commitment yet.
MOUZ really playing this one slow, waiting for that smoke to fade. And now they get the green light to go ahead and take the site. xertioN leading this charge up, takes the first fight. cmtry finds the quick kill, maybe a little bit more. Oh, that's actually Juke to fight it. Oh, that
Clean.
That is what happens when you have a solid teammate watching your back. He can just focus on what's in front of him right there, not worry about what else is going on around him, and adjust where needed. I don't think there's really much a single point of damage going across there, and that, we are on to map point 12-6 now. Back to a 6-round lead.
Last time out, taking 4 MOUZ. Definitely needed here. Again, only 6 rounds. It's not anything that has never happened before. It's not anything that would be unprecedented, but it's definitely something that I don't know if MOUZ would be comfortable enough in this situation to be able to fully fulfill. You know, they looked good early on. A lot of it came down to the economical control. Demon doing so good to just take that space. cmtry in the end.
What a solid hold.
3 beautiful shots.
But if you're MOUZ, are you happy with 6 rounds, really? I mean, granted, it's not your map pick, but are you going like, all right, we could have done better, but it was all right?
I don't think they're thinking about it that way. I think they're just thinking about it as map 1, you know? You'd be happier if you won map 1. If you lose map 1, that's why there's map 2.
And the map 2, they are damn good on as well. And
Can't focus on that yet, though. We still got more of this to play, because Torzy wants to open it up. Jug straights back with a swing out from the caves. Not quite able to land the mark. Demon, so aggressive, up an elbow, always able to capitalize on that positioning. A nade goes out to the bomb carrier. xertioN brought down to 60. Both players fall back. xCloud gets the spray onto the Opper, and it leaves just the IGL. If there was ever a time to use your brain, it'd be right now. Completely slipped the defenses. This is the opening that is needed. xCloud going to be very loud about this rotate over.
oh, don't kill him. Let him go by.
That's exactly what's going to happen. I mean, this is perfect. This is beautiful. You at least have the clear on the player that you know was playing the back site. And he should know that, too. We're pushed up through mid, as plenty of sound was made earlier on. That's exactly what I was talking about. Using the brain, fake over to A, rotate back into B. You're still at the disadvantage. You still have 2 enemies to try to deal with, but at least you're getting more time on that bomb going down.
If he had a single molly or smoke, he'd be in such a better position, but he actually catches the timing, and he might have a backstab. He actually readjusts, turns around, takes position on ramp, lets them tap it once. And this is just a full stick.
He's not going to swing it. It's not planted for him.
He just completely negates the position. He even had a molly picked up. And what a way to lose map 1. Everything was going good. The brain was just churning in the right direction until the last 10 seconds.
He played it for himself. Completely different
away.
situation.
Completely different situation, perhaps, but xertioN here on Nuke.
And they need to get a lot more out of PR. I mean, again, he had a little bit of a comeback there towards the end, but still well under a positive margin by really any means. At the end of the day, you know, 11-15 with a rating of 0.89, the impact wasn't there. So what kills he did have wasn't quite there.
We'll find out what they can do this time around. We head to Nuke, and FUT will be looking to put this away in 2-0 fashion, move straight into the playoffs, and worry never more. Gentlemen, take us through this map of Counter-Strike.
An explosive map 2, we shall say. We shall see how it decides to pan out because, as our dear friend Mike just said, a chance at playoffs, a chance to go straight to the round of 16. Not worry about that lower bracket at all, but a map that MOUZ comfortable on, efficient on, effective on, and one that they won't just keel over and die. They know how to manipulate this map in the exact way that they want, but maybe FUT manipulates them into the exact play that they want. cmtry, dual Berettas, touring out early on, still one in the back line, xfloud, everyone falling to the ground. It's only up to Spinks, a former MVP in himself, but a 1v3, an ace needed as soon as the clock starts ticking already. MOUZ, honestly, decimated.
Dude, I said I have hope for MOUZ, and there will be a map 3, and I do. In my heart of hearts, I think there will be a map 3, but the way I
can't
feel
switch
like
up now. You can't switch up.
I can't. There's an asterisk next to everything I say anyway, so I can backpedal whenever I choose to, Donnie. You're not able to control me. Okay? I'm my own man with my own thoughts. My thoughts are Kerbeni's just reading them, and he's done such good work. This is a predictable outcome. I feel like map choice-wise when it comes to Nuke, that he's prepped for this. And we saw what leadership brings on map 1. I can't imagine he's just going to let it fall flat.
And I think that that's the most important part about FUT not really playing this map too often. It's something that they will go to if it needs to be done, but there's not a lot to study off of this. And there's nothing to study off of this with a new player on the team.
This leads me to the question, should MOUZ have used cash?
Hey, hey, we're not the analysts, we're not the coach, we're not the IGLs, we're just here, man.
We're kind of an analyst.
Well, I meant the team analyst. Okay, you know what? Fair point, fair point. Pistols out. It is only 2 upgraded. It should be a bit of a firing range for the CTs, although Kerbeni does take a bit of damage. cmtry, great control with that spray. And the pistol cleans it out. 2-0, very easy round. Nothing to really go against there. But now you have the real test. Now you have the AKs coming out. Now you have the chance for MOUZ to kind of set the conditioning of how they want this T side to work, how they want the map to flow in their direction. But who on MOUZ is going to step up? Who is going to be the one to be able to put the numbers on the board? Sure, we know that Torji is online today. We don't have to keep repeating that factor. He did all right with other weaponry as well. I mean, the op is obviously is the op. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he could be limited to just that, then you limit one of the key factors of round success from the rounds prior out of it. Do I think, you know, anybody like Spinks or PR can step up? Yeah. Will they? I don't know.
2 CTs out close towards red. Smoke to fade in a moment. I'm not sure if they're going to be too ready for this position. A risky play from FUT early on, but something that could end up in spades. The bomb is there. xertioN finds one, and Kerbeni, an AK in his hand. Maybe he gets that kill, but the M4, the dink, it's not going to be enough. FUT now in a disastrous position. In low HP on 2 of the players, but down 2, losing all your control. Nukes drops down as Secret now has to be worried about. The T's do backpedal all the way towards lobby, all the way towards the top of T roof. Round that could still end anywhere.
I mean, you got Demon on SMG. We've seen the plays he can make with that thing. Will he? xflow in a good position, might have found his way between 2 unless PR finds a timing on the peak here, or he gets backstabbed, and he will. So what maybe little concern I had in the round now slowly starting to dwindle down a little bit.
I mean, surely
here.
Demon doesn't get more than 1, maybe 2 here.
Yeah,
could be very easy. MP9 gonna get tested soon. Bomb goes down, but that's all she wrote. That's the only one, and Jugs, doesn't really matter how good you played previously. This is a tall task. That's a lot of damage onto Spinks, though. And there is a kit in play. Nade goes down, almost brings him out. But look at the HP. 9 on Torji, 15 on Spinks. All he has to do is try to segregate the fights, but I think he makes the correct decision. He falls back. what could have been if only the HP was known. Only there was a way to really tell what was going on.
Bomb easily can get 2 here, which would just devastate what little economy is left for MOUZ as well.
They're smart about it. They'll get out in time. Very important time for MOUZ to stab back. You know, you don't want to lose control of the game early on like you did previously. You want to make sure that early into your T side, you're at least working with something. You're at least working with something that is favorable in any way. Much unlike the first half of Ancient.
That was
some would say unfavorable.
It was very unfavorable.
Yeah, some would say that.
But that was a free round for FUT. They will gladly, you know, take that one on the chin. Might be according to plan because now cmtry, he's got himself a nice little op. So now that space that has been gained outside might now be negated.
He's going to go
out big green.
He goes ramp.
He does. He does.
And that's one of the best parts about cmtry as a young opper. Very willing to be mobile, very willing to be able to move around, play different parts of the map. And that's something that's so important for Nuke, is to just be able to basically float all the way from ramp, up in heaven, down in lockers. Just be able to play your hand really wherever you want. Well, Spinks brought down low already.
They're playing the hand of back to outside we go, and it's going to be a split onto the A side. xflow getting Might out of position, but might have a good read here on Sphinx. If he chooses to walk it, he's going to hold position, but he's going to get flanked from behind. But PR just missed the timing, and Jugs actually from above finds the kill as xertioN swings out towards ramp, but he's very cautious. This might be a wrap towards heaven to get some extra space, but Kerbeni, he's in the head. He knows already what you're doing. It's down to Sphinx and Torzi, last alive. 2 on 5. Somehow, they're still 5 alive.
That was some insane movement to get out of that position. That was some insane movement to keep yourself alive and keep the 5 players up on your team. Kerbeni spots out one more. Laying down towards Hell. Circles back in the ramp room. 20 seconds left. You have to imagine the save's coming in. I mean, Sphinx is all the way back in the T-spawn.
They look comfortable.
Foot?
No, the dead bodies.
Oh, well. I would say Foot also looks quite comfortable. I would say Foot is doing what needs to be done. Early days in Nuke. We know that, but right now I feel like it's a mix of just letting your individuals shine, letting the they do look quite comfy, letting the individuals play the way they want to, take the gunfights that they want to, but also not allowing MOUZ to really breathe. That's kind of the story of this matchup for me, is that MOUZ,
you said it in the very beginning,
has not had a chance to combat against the type of plays that FUT's going for, whether it be aggressive or whether it just be very smart in terms of how they're flowing around the map. Kerbeni doing a great job to lead his team right now, and I mean the entire team doing a great job at shooting the other people.
That's hopefully how it goes. And MOUZ, again, deciding early on a pause is required to gather themselves, which, again, good call before things start slipping further down that slippery slope of failure. And I don't think we're going to see a failure. I think there's going to be some bite back here from MOUZ, whether it's going to be a round or 2, hopefully more than that for them.
There needs to be a bite back. This is qualifications for playoffs of what is the biggest prize pool we have in our beautiful little game. And not to mention a $75 million team prize pool that is throughout the entirety of EWC. 2 million designated towards.
I don't know where FUT and MOUZ fall on that overall org leaderboard, though.
That's something that we can look up afterwards, because I know they're not, you know, in the top contention. There are a few teams here that are definitely fighting for that. And you look at the likes of Falcons, you look at the likes of Vitality.
I think even Gaming Gladiators were up there.
Well, they're not here, are they?
No.
No,
They're not.
Red control, and Aid blows it open perfectly. Kerbeni not able to get the better of it, but at least has information that the T's did have an idea to cross, and now they will, as the raining down of Hellfire is stopped. ER already down towards the vent. Completely slips by xflow. That's actually an impeccable timing for him. He will have to be loud to get out of this position, however. None of his teammates in a position to try to break the glass elsewhere to cover the noise. And Kerbeni A good spray to open up the round. Zelix goes. Spinks not able to get any sort of timing on xFloud. Torchy, position unknown, comes around with the Galil, misses the spray. Oh,
Wow.
That's painful. And then cmtry more than ready for PR. It's collapsed for MOUZ. It doesn't matter the good map positioning they have.
PR, his position would have been great. He just needed to play distraction. If he broke glass, made some noise, brought the eyes over towards sight, would have gave his teammates plenty of space to come down Secret, but instead, Secret makes contact instead of PR. It's a little backwards, a little bit maybe falter, and look at that.
I mean, and it wasn't necessarily even the best buy for MOUZ. I don't think that's the reason why that round was so impactful. It's just the reason that MOUZ got stopped in every place that they had. You know, you think you have a timing.
2 rounds, 0 kills.
You think you have the timing towards U-Haul, towards that bottom of ramp, and just, no. It's completely shut out. FUT are playing so smart right now. They know how MOUZ want to go.
This is what I was saying about the brain of Kerbeni right now. He's so ahead of everything. He's reading it perfectly, and he's reacting even better. xFloud in a great position. He just had to stay alive, and that's what he did. Got the kills, and now cmtry firing off a shot finds one. xFloud finds himself one this round at the very least, as he's climbing and scaling that leaderboard. Now 6-1. Kerbeni, of course, he's always good for something, if not just the brain. He's good for the guns as well. And finally, Spinks breaks the floodgates open, and they get a kill.
At least find one in the round. He dances around the op, but ooh, Nade will send him sky high.
He dislocated his shoulder on landing.
Well, I think he did more than dislocate his shoulder.
Probably, yeah.
I think he died. I was with you.
And I mean, we're saying, I was kind of hoping, Torzi kept that same energy from map 1, even though it was a little bit, it was a glimmer of hope, and he currently is being held to a 1-4. Torsion 0-6, and PR still quiet at a 1-5. I mean, it's still early days, right?
It is. The fact that xertioN hasn't found any impact yet, that is troublesome. He's been such a big part in this team and getting, the recent wins that they have, he's been putting up incredible numbers. And there is kind of a question mark about what happens if xertioN's performance falls off because he's taken up the mantle of IGL. Beautiful timing, almost 2 for Kerbeni, but traded back.
Demon, he's so slippery. And I think he's going to go unchecked. Or at least now, I mean, PR is kind of still weary. They are still just concerned about what may be, and rightfully so. Demon lurking around, and he may not have all the kills in the world across these last maps, but it has been the impact. While xFloud makes his way up through Secret, and there we go. He springs the trap, finds one as he swings up. xFloud finds the other. Torzi at least has a retortment, but it's so mute right now. It's a 2-on-2. What can he do?
It's a 2-on-2, but space taken back towards A. Spinks goes down the vent. Heard the door open. So knows a player is nearby. Not exactly sure where the exact location is. This is perfect for Spinks. This is perfect timing. You're not even going to have to worry about the gunfight. So as I say that, very loud, cmtry is back down with the op. Molotov goes out. Here's the double doors open. Will he swing into the window? Will he clear it out first? Pulls his knife out. Not going to get away with that here, my friend. And now it leaves it all up to xFloud, the newest player on the team. But someone well-wise above his years. That's already the first conversion. A spray through the window, not able to land. Smoke down to the bomb. Molotov towards double.
Oh, no.
No tap on it, no kit. Not going to be stuck. Spink tries to swing. Up top, the spray comes in, and xFloud does not stop. Puts the period on the round. Puts the capitalization in front of FUT. And that's 6-1, my friend. Even when MOUZ have things go their way, again, it crumbles down.
It's just so damn good. Every round from this has purpose. Every kill, every death even has purpose. And that's what we're seeing out of FUT, which is the polar opposite of what MOUZ are bringing. It is just nothing.
And it's crazy because that's honestly the first mistake I can really remember from a player on FUT right now was just cmtry walking down with his knife after the smoke goes down, after the bomb gets tapped. That's the first time this entire series I could be like, okay, a player, you know, had a lapse of judgment in the moment, didn't think about the potential positioning of the other players, and still, it rocks up in FUT's favor. Still, xFloud 10-1.
Ooh, that's the sign of an upcoming team that has such great potential. Is I screwed up. Something happened. I might have cost us the round. No, it's okay. We have insert a name from this team. We're good.
Spin a wheel.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, like, oh, Demon's Life, he's probably playing an angle where he gets 2 for no reason. Oh, it's xertioN, he's just him. He does it.
Well, fast push towards A is how MOUZ want to go. It is immediately stopped out. Plenty of utility to stop that push. PR on top of main. Has it. Timing does take advantage of it. And xFloud forced to swing around. Doesn't see the drop in front of him. Somehow still readjusts on the angle. I thought a kill onto the player going secret as well, but not quite. Not quite there in time. cmtry. That is a miss. That is an angle he has to fall off of. Demon at least able to cover his 6 for a moment. And a 3-on-3 bomb comfortably in ramp room. A chance for MOUZ to do a lot of motion here. A chance of MOUZ to really go anywhere they like. cmtry hears the noises coming all around him. Somehow avoids all of it. Misses the shot narrowly. And now xFloud and Jugs, it puts them in a 3v2. Puts them in a chance once more to try to have to retake this B-bomb site.
Surely this is a round for MOUZ.
Surely.
They're in good post-plant positions. They got the op still kicking around on Torzi. He's got the space. He's in back reactor now. He's got plant. Ooh, the molly actually falls down. Torzi finds 1. xFloat out, and that was the real concerning factor. If xFloat's up. But now it is a second round, but only a second round here for MOUZ. Still down 4. And that round, that extra little bit of speed mixed in with a little bit of missed op shots from cmtry. Granted, you can't hit them all, but I was expecting at least 1.
Really go xFloud to find a kill outside there, but this is a form that MOUZ needs to continue. A timeout taken for a FUT just to talk about the previous situation, where to go, what to do. But MOUZ, at the end of the day, I mean, again, it's the same story as the last map. Not out of the half, not out of the map.
This feels like Ancient, though.
I mean, because it's such a dominant 6-2. You know, it's not necessarily a 6-2 where we go, oh, you know, MOUZ is getting unlucky with the individual gunfights. They're losing the trade opportunities. They're losing the 1v1s. It's MOUZ just not prepared for any of this.
Yeah. And, I mean, just look at Torsion alone. 0-8. Still, we're around 9.
You mean xertioN? You said
xertioN. I did. He's got some kills. xertioN, I'm baffled. I really am. I mean, MOUZ are playing at such a subpar standard that we wouldn't expect from them. I wasn't expecting this at all. Granted, if you're a FUT fan, you are ecstatic right now.
Yeah, people who love FUT are definitely up in arms right now.
You love FUT.
Speaks over in lobby.
I got the joke. Don't worry about it. Well, it is going to be xertioN down towards Secret. He's yet to be around here. He sprung a trap once or twice from this position.
Nice. I mean, just perfect.
Yeah.
Able to fall back immediately off of it, get the Molotov down as well.
He's making that space. Torzi, though, at least with a little bit of a retortion as xertioN out of it. But now can IGL from the death screen and micromanage his players.
Speaking of IGL, that's a very good shot for xertioN. First one on the board immediately. Traded back, though. PR is in an aggressive position, not quite ready. On the size of FUT to deal with that quite yet. This B-bomb site is where the success of MOUZ has been able to take place. They've at least been able to get the bomb down, fight for the chance to get the round win. 50-50 chance as the time being. History doesn't tell us anything. Orgy stationed up with that op, able to get a quick readjustment. Moves down, and now a 2v2. When will it activate? When is the timing right? You have to start to get a move on. Demon the only one with a kit. Bomb over halfway ticked. No player in towards Squeaky Door. Taps the bomb once. Not holding it. The op comes down. How does Torzy hit that? PR. Perfectly timed backstab. And that's what MOUZ need. That's the type of movement and motivation that they need to continue to flow with. Break down that economy step by step. Take every little bit that FUT will give you.
Finally, maybe the lights shining through the clouds. Maybe a break in the storm, at least in the relentless force that is FUT right now. MOUZ finding something here. Whether it's small or large, they'll take it. Only down 3 now as we're coming into the 10th round, getting close to the end of this first half. Maybe even the end of this match if things really go awry.
Very slow start for MOUZ. Not going for the quick outside control that been conditioned. Instead, a lot towards ramp, a lot of energy that Demon feels coming towards him. He pushes him out. Can't carry on through those fire and flames. Instead, he retreats, he tucks tail. Still a bit curious, but ramp control given up. What a shot from xertioN. Absolute precision point shot. This opens space up for the team to try to go down ramp. xertioN at least able to trade back. It doesn't stop the fact that B site only has 2 players defending it. Demon burned out, does get spotted, not having any shots hit him, however. xloud not cleared out at first. It's a shooting gallery for both of these teams. That leaves us once more into a 2-on-2 on the B bomb site, but this time around, look how low Spinks is. Look how low Spinks is. He's the only one left as well. It's all up to him if he wants anything to do with this. Tucked up top behind the rafters, a beautifully timed double swing. Absolute perfection. Astounding work from FUT once more. Continue to push forward and onwards. Continue to try to lift up what is the prospect of playoffs. What is the prospect of, at the end of the day, an upset. I mean, you told us it was going to be one of the best games we had today, and I think even so, if it is a FUT in a dominating fashion, the excitement that this game has brought has been very much so up there.
You may not be excited about the performance right here from MOUZ, but you're excited for the future of FUT right now.
Excited by the prospect of what this matchup means.
Yeah, and it means a lot. We're seeing the confidence, the energy, just kind of FUT having a good time and being vocal about it. We're seeing rounds, that round exactly, you know, we saw them get loud, which is good. You need a team that's maybe at some point or another, obviously not today, maybe struggling a little bit, trying to find their way, and they are just in it. And I can't speak enough about what xertioN is really bringing right now.
No, I mean, he's great timing with his pushes, great just control of the map where he is.
His awareness is the best.
I do think that a 4th round for MOUZ here would definitely put them in a comfortable spot. You know?
Yeah, pistol round turns this around.
I think 3 is still doable. Like, I don't think this matchup is over by any means, but
famous saying, one's all you need.
Yeah, 4 would really get them in the comfort zone, but xloud has no plans to allow that to happen. No plans at all. xertioN, as you said, always present, a looming force that cannot be reckoned with.
Wow.
Torji, I mean, great timing on the swing.
And
Both
there we
just
go.
don't hit in the right place, though. PR, Spinks, both low. Both in the middle of nowhere. Both with nothing to do except maybe use what little time you have in this round to talk it out with MOUZ. Use it as a de facto timeout.
The old French timeout?
Well, I mean, it's a little too late for the old French timeout. I don't know if you realize this. Everyone on their team has unfortunately perished. It's only Spinks, and hey, Spinks still
to be
impactful.
honest with you, FUT's money, not great. This,
Yeah,
you know, even if
true.
Spinks loses the round, if he gets another kill, maybe even 2, maybe all of them, honestly.
It would
This
make
is
it a
gonna
bit
hurt.
uncomfortable. You know, it's not like they still have to look towards that long-term economy control because the next round is the final round. But if you can just prevent any sort of utility coming out, anything
People
like that.
in MP9s, one of the few rounds MOUZ got were when they held FUT to,
That's
you know,
true.
a pair of rifles in MP9s.
And Demon's on 0 altogether, so.
Exactly. And, I mean, if you take Symmetry's op out of the factor, and, you know, I mean, Symmetry hasn't had the most impact with that op thus far on ramp, but outside he's definitely been a pretty solid focal point between him and xertioN. That kind of tag team outside has locked it down. So then at that point, you know they're probably on a lesser buy. You just go back to what works. Go back towards ramp. I mean, I don't even think we really saw much of a quick A. Even throw that in the spanners at this point.
Someone's got to teach Spinks not to stare at the sun.
Counter-terrorists win.
Really bad for your eyes.
I was looking at it to see if that was accurate. I'm not going to lie.
All right, so last round of the half. Big picture here.
Big.
Is looking dominant. MOUZ, debatably, haven't really looked present. I mean, I don't think there's kind of another way to word it. MOUZ, individual pieces light up, sure. Spinks is actually having a pretty good game this time around. Torji still doing what he does, but xertioN, 1-11 at this point. Zelix,
You expect
3-10.
so much more.
I mean, PR, given the situation of the match, isn't playing terribly. But you at least need one more of those key three to have some sort of step up.
Well, maybe these SMGs and MAC-10 mix can get that space and required kills on Demon. Someone, again, we've not really spoken the most of, but again, the impact has been there for this man. Outlines off, and Demon might be offline after this one, as he suspect to get run down. But he's going to backpedal, give up that space because he's got backing. He's got the leg off, but can't get much more. Spray comes in from Demon. He's net positive now.
Smoke goes down. Space taken for the T's. So although losing a player, at least you have some sort of control somewhere. xertioN also lifting down the ramp. xCloud caught out. Headshot from the Tech 9 will always be a dangerous opposition. And now it's cmtry's time to shine. Knows a player below him, knows two in front of him. He doesn't know what to do. The 5-7 was out, but 5-7 couldn't be impactful in this situation. Grabenia, perfect timing. The door opens, a spray with the M4, and now such low HP. Once more on these players. Spinks, he's the only one left. The timing isn't there. Somehow gets a 180 kill. So at least it brings it back a little bit closer. But still so far away, still such little time. 15 seconds left. He has to get the bomb. He needs to try to get planted. Double doors open, delay him for a moment, and the spray is beautiful. Sends him sinking down. It's another 9-3 half for FUT. It's another dominant performance from FUT, and this is a FUT that do look to stamp themselves as a playoff-bound team.
They got more than just a foot in the door. They have a whole leg at this point. They are looking strong, and they are looking untouchable in a lot of these upper end teams that we look at and we're like, you're a contender, you have the ability to make these long runs. FUT, you know, was like, okay, if they can get past MOUZ, we'll see. Grabenia, that timing again, man. Yeah. He's so on point. How do you turn that off? How do you make a man just miss his timing?
There you go. The juxtaposition of man, a slap to the headphones, and then a nice belch out. Oh, it does come down once more to the pistol. It does come down to if MOUZ do have some sort of pathing back into this game. I mean, it could be just very similar to the first map, although the sides have switched, and Demon definitely hasn't switched off. Long-range Glock, a double dink to the head. That'll do you good. And now down to the B bomb site where there is no presence from the CTs. One up top at ramp still. You can't do anything to stop the bomb there. All you got to do is lie in wait. And Demon, speaking of lying in wait, position known, but just a distraction. That's what's needed the most. A lack of kit means that MOUZ needs to be a bit quicker about the pacing of this retake, about the speed of the attempts that they have in front of them. Grabenia waiting on the angles, Alex. Now's the time to come online, if any. Great shot, xCloud.
Oh.
How's the timing of this lurk? Not quite good enough, because PR is still behind you. And it leaves just Jugs being loud, being aggressive, needs to try to get the bomb diffuser down. But so many CTs to try to deal with, one behind him, one in front of him. The bomb is still getting defused. The bomb is still getting defused. Can he swing out and get the kill?
Oh, the body block.
Just barely are MOUZ able to stay alive. 44 HP. What was in between?
Was that a dink through player, too?
Couldn't even tell you. It all happened so fast.
It's the power of the red panda. I'm telling you. That's where all this comes from FUT. But it was a great round for MOUZ to maybe gain some momentum. They at least have the finances to gain it. But again, we talked about the potential crippling power of losing the second round more than the first. So they need to evade the financial reset of a loss on round 2 and bring it to a win to gain some momentum, close that gap, and maybe get that confidence back in the roster.
And I mean, this is a powerful buy too. This is 4 Galils and 1 Deagle that you're facing down. Not all the utility in the world, but Head armor on all these opponents.
This actually might be a better buy for FUT.
Damn well close to it. xertioN getting close over towards Secret. xertioN knows the players that are in front of him. He's able to net one as well as his IGL. Elsewhere. Back of outside falls. Puts FUT in a dangerous spot. Puts FUT in a difficult position. Especially with Demon going down as well. I mean, you can kiss this round goodbye now. Might as well just try to save what you still got. Be very long and a very disconnected save, but not much else you can hope for. Although still curiosity to try to go for this. Benny spraying xertioN. Oh, the deagle. Almost coming out, almost landing. Not quite. And PR 100% plays this round to rest. xCloud. I guess the best case scenario would probably just be dying here. Don't die after the time. Like, you're in such a difficult spot to try to save.
Yeah, or just get another 2 kills and kind of, again, stifle that CT economy. And xFloat, he's always good for something, and he finds one. Catapults himself up to a 15-6. Dodges the nade! And actually,
God.
How did he even get that? But it is a round for MOUZ, a 4-round difference, but losing those bodies are going to hurt.
Keeping them honest for sure.
But thankfully enough for them, FUT, they're most likely off to a pretty reasonable save.
At this point, no choice but to. Honestly, lucky that the MP9 was backed up there, you know? But either way, pistol's out for FUT. Don't need to sweat quite yet. Oh, hey, maybe MOUZ has a reason to sweat. That was a early shot. The jokes just landed a player backside of A. Oh,
Is that heaven?
I believe so.
It was. Over
The
towards...
line straight through HUT.
That is a shot.
Yeah, and now
Through the heart.
There's so much space to work with outside as well. You have xertioN on a really long angle holding back. But do decide to backpedal. I mean, now you can just use the power of numbers, though.
In friendship.
You know what? That gets you the furthest, doesn't it? Alex up top. Very powerful position with the SMG. Just depends on how long it takes him to get cleared out. Door's going to open. Zelix redirects himself at a possibly dangerous timing. Oh, no. You can't go down like this, MOUZ. You need to swing back into it, and that's exactly what PR plans to do. It's just jokes. One more head to be found. PR swinging around. Dancing falls down, and he gets the headshot. How the hell does Jokes do that?
Absolutely disgusting play with the reposition mid-fight to the back of the site. Still confidence, catches him in the air, hits him once, and follows it up with a clothesline even.
Oh, that's gotta hurt. Oh,
so impressive.
Hurt.
It hurts.
That's what happens when you get shot in the head. It hurts pretty bad.
It does, but it's a quick death. But this is going to be a slow, grueling, painful death for MOUZ as a whole in this matchup. That is kind of almost the nail in the coffin. That's what we were talking about. You can't lose that round. Now look at that money. What do you do?
Guess is as good as mine. I mean, this is how it opened up. Jokes. So
Such
good.
a good execute too.
A 4K to end it as well. Just a clinical. That's all you could say. Disgusting. And you know what? I feel like that type of round kind of sums up how this is going for MOUZ. You know, it's just you could do what you want. You could get in the beneficial positions. You could get the player advantages. Who cares? FUT stomping on you.
It does. And it's a little more than disheartening because you feel like you're doing something right, and you're like, guys, we got it. We got a good momentum swing going, and then it just slips through your fingers and shatters everywhere. The lead is in pieces. The comeback is fading away into the abyss at this point.
cmtry opens it up. PR close by. MP9, very good. Not able to get a kill though, so low. xertioN close range. SMG also able to eventually find one as it falls back. This is a good position for MOUZ to be in. Low HP on one of the 3 remaining players. Coveted getting close. Coveted needs to clear the close angle. Not quite doing it in time, although Demon at least there for a redirection. xertioN forced to fall back from us. Although not the weapon you want, something that still can get the job done unless cmtry is able to do something about it. But now Demon verse 2. Spinks. Great timing. Great timing.
Finally finding some trade potential here. And with the money for FUT in a very peculiar position right now, it looks like they're going to go for the buy. And cmtry, I didn't think they had money for an op, excuse me, but apparently they do. Can't say so much for MOUZ. They're going to stick with the rifles. They're going to try and hold them off as a firm line of defense, opting over the early pick potential it brings in from the op. Also, I think they might be limited by money, but that's just me.
Boost up for the op. No one peeking into the receiving point of that barrel. Standard smokes allow a push up. Ooh, perfect timing to blow that open. 2 for 1, MOUZ go. And again, I mean, this is what they have to do. They have to try to segment these fights. They have to just try to get the player advantages. cmtry will eventually goes down through the smoke the same way he got his. This leaves you in a very interesting spot.
Oh, this could work out well.
Yeah, the only problem is the bomb is there.
No.
Oh, up the ladder, jumps off. No way, Torji gives that kill up. Surely not. Then you got Demon with your Galil. 1v3. Those are players up top, on top of the silo. Not quite able to spot out where exactly he is.
Oh.
Although eventually does, but Spinks more than ready for it.
All right.
You know what?
Deep breaths.
That's what you got to do. Take it one round at a time. FUT has had MOUZ wrapped around their finger, but MOUZ don't want that to linger. MOUZ will not let it linger. They try to fight back. They try to continue to stay competitive, and controlling the economy, controlling the lesser buy rounds is what you need to do. You can't keep letting lesser weaponry get advantage of you. And now, as we see the pistols come out, shades of a few rounds ago start to bubble in your head, but a MOUZ lineup that will not quit is definitely the most important thing. Trying to spam through the door, nothing.
They're way too composed to let this happen again. Yeah. There we go. All right, yeah, reeling it in here. Things are coming back to a little more of a reality check here, thanks to the power of Spinks and PR, thankfully, starting to step up in big ways as...
No way. No way!
Hold up.
Okay,
Hold
3
up.
Deagles for
My brother,
xCloud.
stop, slow down. Slow down. You hit 20. You're good. You don't need to keep doing this. 3 quick kills.
I'm getting repositioned back towards lobby. xCloud. 3 bullets, 3 kills. Straight to the dome pieces.
Did I jinx them?
I'll tell you this, FUT's making the right read. They're going back towards ramp. PR. Not gonna go. Not gonna go. He's going up towards heaven instead. This is a perfect pathway down. xertioN could potentially have a quick rotation. Now noise being made towards B. They have to go down now. They do not have time to wait. xCloud, the hot hand. The Deagle still primed. The explosion towards the double door. Busted wide open. xCloud still tries to find one more. He does. That's a 4K. And now a chance for an ace or demon. Either way, the round needs to be won. xCloud! What the hell? In a matter of 3 rounds, 2 insane Deagle plays and an ace for xCloud.
He's making it known what he just did to them. He was screaming over that little wall. And he... What just happened,
If
Donnie?
ever a point to prove yourself, if ever a stage to show who you are, show what your team's made of, why not now?
Look,
why
right
not
there.
make it to the playoffs?
xCloud, 1, 2, 3, knocks him down, then cleans it up for the ace. Thankfully, though, he had a teammate in support of him to help kind of draw the players out. it's just impressive. And here we go, we come to the round, and it's a quick one, and that Spinx drops down, finds a quick double, scavenges an AK, a strike from behind from PR, and it seems like MOUZ are gonna answer back.
That change of pace attempted out from FUT. They wanted to just try to go fast, use the mental damage that happened in the previous round against MOUZ, but as we were talking about before, as Mike said, this is a different MOUZ. This isn't a MOUZ that is just going to give up. This is a MOUZ that at least appears to be a lot more headstrong, a lot more capable of staying in these tough matchups. That's what happened. An absolute expulsion of all the T's. Nothing to be done to MOUZ. And the money, still not great for FUT. We've seen a little bit of a replay. xertioN gets to open it up. Spinx drops down. Beautifully done, MP9. Plenty of money found for these CTs as well, considering how many SMG kills were in there. And with a third and final timeout for FUT. Chance to breathe. Chance to reset.
Well,
Julio on the mic, talking to his troops.
Does seem like xload, after getting that nice ace, maybe knock some sense in the MOUZ. And hopefully, they're not even closed out of this. It's an 11-8 game. They can bring this one in pretty quick. But this is the round.
That was such an insane play from xload.
It
was 3 kills in such quick succession that it couldn't be processed. I don't know how he even processed the players peeking. They ended with the ace,
Just that
too.
good.
I mean,
22 and 11. You don't get that many kills just from, accidents, do you?
surely not.
But Spinx is actually close by at 20 and 11.
Spinx has been doing everything he possibly can to keep his team in this map. Smokes down outside. A bit of a room for xFloud to pass through. But instead, a majority of the team is stationed towards ramp once more. They do look to have a bit of curiosity towards their PR. Able to convert with one. Molotov goes down, blocks out the T's from pushing any further. Backed up. Alright, Torji, the op misses. Not quite able to land. Burning him out now. Krabeni, an important kill. Smoke goes down, tries to fire through it. Spinx there for backup. Spinx there to quell the situation, but still the T's try to flood on in.
xload has made his way down through Secret. Now looking over towards double doors, as he's going to wait and lurk. Maybe sit around seeing what his teammates can spot out, make the contact for them, and he swings, but he quickly gets put down, leaving just Krabeni last alive, 1-on-4, and it does seem like MOUZ have found some solid ground to keep this game running.
Yeah, lightning doesn't strike that many times for insane clutches.
Surely not.
11-9. And I mean, that was very good team play from MOUZ. Just allowing each other to swing off the contact. 3 different key pieces rotating around, able to trade off one another. And some great shots from xertioN there towards the end.
Finally waking up for himself, too. At one point was 0-8, 0-9 even.
Very hard first half for him. And once again, out to the pistols for FUT.
Well, the Eagles span away from xFload again, but with a lot less impact thus far, as Torzen from up high looks to rain down some bullets, and he will. First one finds Krabeni into the chest, puts him outmanned advantage. xFload doing what he does best with the Deagle, trying to find something, but Spinx puts him down, and now only 2 remain. MOUZ to hit double digits.
Oh, don't count him out. Don't do this again to me.
Yeah, don't make me look stupid.
I mean, MOUZ, if I were them, I'd still be sweating. Surely, though, in all realism, this is MOUZ coming back, finding double digits. A MOUZ roster that has proven to have a lot of mental fortitude in this matchup. No matter what's been thrown at them, no matter what insane play has happened, MOUZ hasn't just died down. They haven't whimpered. They've been able to come back. They've been able to put pressure on the exact next round each time. And they did exactly what needed to be done. Only 1 kill falling There's so much money built up for them. Realistically, MOUZ should be able to play out the rest of this half. Not have to worry about the economy. The same can't be said for FUT. They had to save in the previous. The money is back to buy now. cmtry aligned in through main. No one peeks into it. Smoke goes down. Has to fall back.
The ops for both teams being held to a very low standard. I feel like on a map like Nuke, the impact not quite there for cmtry and xertioN, which obviously map 1, he was the impact that they had. Now, both sides quelled a little bit as xflow holding the angle, reads right, but doesn't pick the right head level. As MOUZ is going to back up, maybe turtle up a little bit more, and PR, who's had a swell map 2 here, looking to add to his tally, and he will. Finds himself one, but cmtry gets the trade over on xertioN.
All right. Upper ramp control. In for FUT. A good spread for the CTs. 2 focused upper, 2 focused lower. xFloud, a player that still hasn't played their hand, making their way back towards the lobby. FUT can still really go any direction they want with this. So with 30 seconds left, the pressure's going to have to come out sooner rather than later. xertioN not going to be ready for this reposition. xFloud, that's a good opening kill. Now with 20 seconds left, a bomb site has to come in. It has to be here. It has to be now. Spinks completely caught off guard, worried about the player's heaven. xertioN close by, but no way to stop the bomb in time. PR rotates up. cmtry, oh, close angle. xertioN catches him out. And M4 to the head. At least evens it up. And now, Krubeni. We've seen so many clutches this game so far, but none to be found within this round. A tied-up scoreline, what was once 9-3, has been brought back to 11-11.
A scoreline that we thought was going to be more than normal around here. And thankfully, we do get to a little bit of normality. It has seemed like such a one-sided affair. It does seem like MOUZ have waken up. It's a little bit of a nightmare, but it's recoverable. Obviously tied, the economy not great for FUT. So if you can win this round, that even with the loss bonus, it's not going to be great.
I think the best way you put it was has woken up, because truly this is a different MOUZ that we're seeing. Just compared to the first map and the first half, into this half, it's a completely different MOUZ. It's a far more structured MOUZ. It's a MOUZ that looks comfortable playing off of each other, comfortable controlling the map around them. But already, for these Ts, down into secret, I'm being a bit more passive, not being quiet about this at all. MOUZ players up in the rafters. Not exploding yet. But still biding their time. Ability switched over. PR ready for the potential of players in radio. I mean, this is FUT walking into a very difficult situation to clear out. Jugs needs to worry about up top. Kills fall in favor of the Ts. 4v3, xertioN can't do anything to combat that smoke going down. That looks on a fast flank. Utility out. All of FUT gathered towards one side of the bomb. Smoke goes down. A swing out. xertioN's up, needs to find impact. Players close. xertioN trying to get any information he can, but nothing to be found. All the kills fall. xertioN's up, it needs to stay alive. That's the only option you have left. It's FUT to continue to battle. It's FUT to find themselves at map and at series point. MOUZ, one last chance to make it into playoffs, or they will have to find themselves in the loser bracket. It's still doable. You mentioned before, the money is still firmly in the side of MOUZ. But it's not like FUT's going to have too much trouble coming up. Drops can come over.
Be an Opolis buy, but at the same time, I think it's better if they just stick with the rifles. cmtry not, again, having the most impact here, and that's just a good, clean execute.
Yeah.
It is. It was so well timed, and I think that's what I really think FUT's bringing to the table is there's a lot more cohesion that we're seeing from them. Things just feel smoother and a lot more clean, a lot less, breaks, and the spacing's good.
I will say, if you want to see one bright side, that there's still smiles on the side of MOUZ, but xCloud in fast and in loud. Headshot found onto Spinx. xertioN does straight back from behind the reactor. It does good for one more. Continues to push. It's MOUZ to completely clear the board. And Demon, what was supposed to be a late round lurk, has turned into the sole survivor. The designated survivor needs to try to separate these fights. But MOUZ seem very, very aware that this is Demon's position. Trying to slip around. Oh, what a readjustment onto the op. Makes it interesting. That's 2 to fall. Don't count him out. You cannot count Demon out quite yet. A minute left. So much time to go wherever he wants with this. Both these CTs stacked up right below Heaven. On the upper site, Demon seems like wants to make his way around through lobby. That's needed. The bomb is dropped. 40 seconds. I can only imagine the pressure building up for such a young player. Opportunity. Make a statement. Maybe more quiet in this map than the previous, but this could put discussion to rest.
Oh, you might be taking a little too long at this point. He's going to have to either commit to the site or dive down vents. He's going to commit to the A site. He's been given it into a 1v1.
He has time to go down the ramp.
He's going to take a long round, and I'm not sure if he has this one.
8 seconds. Going as fast as he can. There's no time. It was an idea that could have been profound.
Unless he gets a kill.
No, it's too late.
Outplayed himself.
An upsetting way to finish that out. MOUZ, whether it be by fate, whether it be by luck, or whether it be by skill, have pushed it to overtime, something that could have been insane for Demon. But the inexperience, the pressure,
he had the confidence.
The confidence, all the things missing from a young player that could have absolutely.
But I mean, the fact that MOUZ gave him that. It was a 1v4. And they just were separated until the last 2. Then they played a little more shoulder-to-shoulder until they dispersed that little bit, and he found the timing. I mean, we're in overtime.
It all resets here. It all resets. Fresh batch of rounds. First to 16 could take the crown. Or we could have a very long match in our hands, my friend. Very slow to start.
Timing could have been worse.
Symmetry, perfect positioning. The up battle won by the sides of FUT. And this allows space to be taken outside. This garners a bit of confidence to try to clear out these angles. xertioN not too fond of peeking. The smoke, it will fade momentarily. And he will stick around to see on the other side, but elsewhere, T's have creeped through all the way to CT. Timing isn't there. Demon could have caught him out. Not quite able to, though.
That's a heads-up play.
Yeah, but if you aren't ready for this.
PR did to... Oh, the reposition. They're both just...
Dancing around the idea of each other.
Very cat and mousey feeling right now, and that's exactly the position we're in. Demon actually going to join him from up top.
30 seconds.
And Spinx, he's going to have the good call on the flank here, and he's going to have the bomb wide open, and I mean, the timing is a little sloppy there. PR actually gets the kill. xertioN and Demon strike, and they find some kills of their own.
They gotta push out.
17 seconds. Again, it's down to time once more, and it's going to be xertioN to fall, and there we go. It's speeding it up. Jugs last alive. A good crossfire gets the dink, but can't get the kill. And MOUZ, for the first time in this series, I'm pretty sure, they have a lead.
Feels like every round just as stressful as the last.
Yeah. Yes.
We'll take their one timeout of the half of overtime. And this is where you kind of need to think about what is the mentality on the side of FUT. You know, surely they're by no means worried that this is going to spell doom for them, that this is going to set them back, but how much confidence do they have that they can stay alive within a series like this? An environment still relatively new for all these players. They've adjusted quite well within it.
There's that life. That's what we like to see. something is still left in the tank for MOUZ. And if this can go just a little bit further for them, there's still that glimmer in the back of the desert known as Mirage still left on the table even.
Dander set up once more, cross smokes drop. xertioN trying to get behind it. Into the garage, Spinks will land a kill with a bit of lobby aggression. MOUZ have been doing great in the past little bit to be able to get these opening kills. xertioN, call him the demon instead. Pull it straight through the T's head. xFloud at least able to trade back with one. But a FUT squad that kind of stuck in no man's land right now. Bomb walks directly into the scope of Torji. I almost fear you can call this round off immediately. Surely now you can. cmtry, save that up. Save that up. You've had your chance. And it seems to be crumbling down now.
There we go, signing the round in the way of MOUZ. 2-round lead coming into the last round of first half of the first OT, potentially the last OT, if everything goes perfectly for MOUZ at this rate.
Or for FUT at this rate.
It's true, but then that would be the whole match.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
And I will say, Spinks holding his team to the best of his ability, putting him in position to get this to overtime, 25-16. And PR, thankfully, has come alive and activated and has been so heavy-handedly impactful here, 23-19. It was the battle of Xfold and Spinks. Now, it's leveled off a little bit with MOUZ.
Flashbang setup. Push in. Risky play. Spinks up top. Starts to burn. Get a smoke down. A lot of HP lost, but Zelix still playing up in the Raptors. Still playing up in heaven. It will spray one down. And all of the MOUZ players collect what is due to them. Demon, not even a chance to try to correct the wrongs of the last half. Instead, it's MOUZ flawless on their CT side, and it's FUT for the first real time with their backs against the wall, with something to prove from them.
And they themselves have to win flawlessly on their half. And we've seen how solid of a performance their CT side can really come into. It's whether or not they can keep that one going here in overtime. A single round is all MOUZ need to bring this to Mirage. A map 3 to finish it off, which we all thought was a very obvious scenario. But for the longest time, it felt pretty quiet, and there we go. cmtry finding the first pick for himself.
Well, this is a good way to start for FUT, but they're going to be ready for the MOUZ aggression out fast. xFloud good for one. Jugs also. Player advantage lies. The upshot misses. A 2-on-2. A chance for MOUZ to try to close this out. Grabeni pushes through. Nade not doing enough damage. PR forced to use his smoke to quell the flames. Demon up in heaven. Position fully known. Benny definitely wasn't quiet about his either. But both these FUT players, MOUZ should have a good idea about pushing through. Demon needs to try to get the trade. It's all up to him. So many times left alone, and it can't be done! MOUZ battle back from nothing. A 9-3 half. Almost losing it early in the second half. Push it all the way back to OT and then go flawless to close the map out.
And MOUZ have a lot left to offer, and they need to offer all of it at this point. They can't rely solely on these individual performances like we saw on map 2. It has to be a collective whole unit if you want to stop the big names on this FUT team thus far. It's not just going to kind of come down to one or two players having a great round. It's going to have to be a great game.
Dap-Up's hitting this stage, and that means we're diving into the action. One more map, and one of these teams will be in the playoffs.
And it's now or never, truly. No one expected this series to come through. I don't think, I mean, we expected such a barn burner of a series to come, but with the exact fashion it has, I don't think anyone really thought this would be where we end up. But either way, all that matters is that we're here now, and all that matters is xertioN spots out too. Into his underpass, falls back. Don't want to give up any early kills. And again, it's going to come down to what MOUZ we see to start off this and what FUT we see to start off this. Is FUT drained at this point? Is FUT able to battle back against all this adversity and keep themselves in the mental war to be able to stop a MOUZ that, I mean, if they play like they played in the second half of Nuke, is definitely the favorite.
And we're going to get our first glimpse of that here. cmtry tapping away, but it's actually Jugs to find the first one. Kerbeni finding one of his own. It seems like the pistols are starting to go the way slowly but surely for FUT. And have MOUZ won a single pistol? They won one pistol in the second half, right?
They won a pistol.
Yeah.
They won a pistol.
Not this one, though.
No, this one actually goes in favor of FUT, believe it or not. I'm not sure if you saw that, but very, very nice shooting all around from the team, not letting MOUZ even get out of the ramp for the most part. They got straight back towards that apex position, but nothing more from that.
That's an...
Speaking of that,
expecting that.
Sawed off out for Zalix. Maybe a bit of a cheeky play planned out here. Okay.
They just wanted to mess with us.
Thank God.
I was befuddled, Donald. I was concerned for their own well-being.
He bought a sawed-off and a decoy, threw the decoy into window with the sawed-off, just to be as loud as possible. Honestly, I respect it. I think that's a fantastic play. You know what's even a better play? All the M4s having an absolute shooting gallery out in mid. The round's already over before it started. So even with a bit of light trolling, we'll say.
Because it wasn't only him. It was actually, I think, Torsen bought an XM. And I was like, why? And then I was like, okay, well, I mean, I understand it. And then I saw the sawed-off. I'm like, what are we doing? Now it makes sense. Because, yes, the light trolling.
Hey, every gun is viable. We saw an R8 this tournament so far.
You really want to try and sell me on a sawed-off being viable?
I'm just trying to be the positive light here, man.
You usually are in this dynamic duo.
All right. So, speaking of a positive light is that MOUZ now have weapons to work with. Now have fully automated rifles to work with. And already cleared through underpass. No presence from the CTs to do anything to stop that. Just a nade. That'll only leave a scratch on xertioN.
Did see 3 nades dropped in towards jungle, which could lead to a nice little funny play of nades raining down, but thankfully enough, it does seem like MOUZ will circumnavigate the artillery strike for now. A little bit of a minute left on the clock, and MOUZ slowly stalled out, but it seems to all coming into play now. Nice little nade, but xertioN avoiding that one as well.
A lot of pressure is going to be on xCloud here. Still playing back towards the catwalk. Oh, and he's able to connect with the first one. Brought down so low, though. Has to fall back. Molotov goes into the apartments, where presumably the split is trying to take place. Little player there, Torji pushing up with the bomb. xCloud, maybe an off angle can get him one more, but the Molotov comes out instead, and he burns. He burns. Fire if he will. Gets a dink out. So much damage done on the side of MOUZ. Barely any NHP. And Demon, a chance to clean these enemies up, a chance to get something done, but Spinks connects with the head too fast. And it leads to the Opera without his favorite weapon, jumping through the smoke, trying to spray.
Wow, they're all very low.
A different world could have came through if only a bullet or two hit on more of these opponents. But at the end of the day, that's MOUZ answering back early on.
You know, we kind of highlighted symmetry, the op coming into play here, hopefully for FUT. If they really want to have a nice map they can contend with here, I think that also applies for Torzen. He has been on the op, and it seems like only Ancient was where he found that success. A little bit on Nuke with some sprinkles of kills here and there, but this is where you really need to call upon your opper.
Flash in the mid, but no pressure from the CTs. It's defensive utility. One player stationed towards B. And pressure into a connector, 1-for-1. Zelix makes good headway. xertioN gets the better of the spray, however. Strong start for him. xertioN can't push because of the Molotov, but xertioN swings into it instead. That evens up the numbers until the backstab from Cat is able to come to fruition. Bomb stuck in no man's land. xFloud, a labored spray eventually lands. Only a moment of worry. That leaves PR with a lot more than a moment of worry on his hands. 3 HP, he has the bomb, makes his way over to B. Maybe just running circles. Make as much noise as he possibly can. But he's about to get caught out. That's Jugs, that's 3 for FUT.
I like the kind of just brute force aggression from both sides, meeting it in the middle and just turning into a meat grinder here. They're trying to feel each other out, feel what version of each other they're going to be getting on this map. At least in the first half, we've seen the sides flip and things completely change. Hopefully enough for MOUZ, things don't fall to the wayside once more in the early rounds, in the early half, in the very first half. As a whole, it seems like FUT have always and consistently dominated the first half at the very start.
That's true for this series, but battle that's worth more than that. Every single piece of utility you could ever think of was the A-bomb side of MAC-10 as well. Rains bullets through. It is quickly dealt with. And another kill found with the rifle. Now is at least on the site. Gets that bomb down, the biggest win of the round so far. And PR, I mean, you've done your work already. You don't even need to stay alive. You got the bomb down. It was a good attempt. It was a good attempt, but not enough. Not enough to stop FUT on that retake. Very well collected there. Could have got overwhelming very fast, especially, you know, MOUZ not necessarily a team that you expect to go full-fledged like that straight away off the rip of the round.
I'm still a little concerned about PR. Still a little concerned. I know early on once more, but it seems like early on is that, again, that struggle point where MOUZ, they're just not awake. They're not intuitive enough to see what's going on in front of them. And hopefully this is where we see a little bit of turnaround, obviously, after this nice little eco. I mean, you do got Sphinx on a Galil and some Deagles and a P250 in the mix. Maybe they can do some financial damage this time around because, obviously, FUT right now aren't completely stabilized.
Good nade to blow the smoke. Not able to land on the bodies, though. Instead, has to rely on the rifles. That's around and drowned through mid. An AK dropped, but nothing for real concern. PR, unless you can pull some magic out, which you can't. It'll be 5 rounds.
They're not team magic. They're not magics. They're just MOUZ. And they're an animal. And I don't think they can do magic tricks, Donnie. Actually, Ratatouille could. What a chef. And what I'm seeing right now is FUT absolutely cooking MOUZ in mid, locking it down, consistently denying access here. And MOUZ, a little bit of a retort, hopefully, here. We got an op on Torzen. Maybe he can make that space, get that early pick, and again, they're going to go right back to mid, go back to what they feel they need to do, which that is the correct call. You control mid, you control the map.
Well, control mid they will. Early on. That looks already out. Standard default. But not putting too much focus in defending mid early. At least for the current round. 2-player station and connector. Not enough pressure to make any light of that. Instead of redirection to MOUZ. Bomb back towards ramp. Slow approach and eventual connection through the connector, presumably for the split. Util reigns in, trying to sell a fake over towards catwalk push. Alex, somehow Krebeni brought down to one. Jugs almost able to line up two, but instead it's Krebeni, low HP, none needed. When you have aim like that, who cares? Take all of his health away, he could still find impact.
And he will.
And he continues to. It's brought all down to Zelix. A kill in his hands already, but two more to deal with. Need 3 on the round, a true test for one of the newest additions. Creeps his way around, 20 seconds left on the clock, and xfloud just a swing and destroy.
This is when FUT hits 6 rounds. Normally we feel like that's when MOUZ take a pause normally. There we go, I predicted this one. Usually it's the 3rd to 6th round, depending on how things are panning out. Now, MOUZ feeling a lot less confident now, but this has been the outcome thus far across every map. 6-1, 6-2, and if they're really happy about it, it turns to a 6-3, and then they can kind of capitalize a little bit. But for now, MOUZ just...
Not much to work with right now. I mean,
they need to kind of go back to the basics.
Well, the thing is, you're getting out mid. You're getting mid control pretty reliably. FUT's not putting too much pressure in terms of defending that. What you're using with that control is kind of the bigger issue. You know, it was a good idea to try to sell that fake out towards Cat, sell the utility within connector to think that there's a push there. But at the same time, you can't let a player with 1 HP wind up getting 3 kills in the round. Krebeni had 1 HP before he even got a kill. Like that is an inexcusable mistake for the time being. 11-3 as we talk about him.
I don't like this buy right now. It's a very awkward area, and they're kind of going to have to capitalize off winning this round. If not, the money is going to be skewed in a very awkward position.
Oh, you got the loss bonus built up.
Yeah, PR is down to $150 though. You know, again, you need to kind of put your players in a position to win, and hoping that Tech9 is going to do it isn't always a gamble you should be willing to take, especially when you're down 5 rounds. Expo in a good position, good reposition, as Jugs finds a kill across on the other side of the map as well. Now down to a 2-man, only a one-man, well, back to a 2-man, as Krebeni has been, again, a consistent factor. Now 12-3. The IGL can just kind of do it all.
Definitely can. Georgie misses the jump. Very loud. Allows Krebeni to swing out. Take the Opera out without much of a fight, and Spinks not too long to fall after. Like you said, though, a common start for this series, it feels.
It's definitely turned into common practice here for MOUZ to have to pull themselves up and out of a pretty damn deep pit at this point. 6-round difference, 7-1, and we're only into the 9th round at this point. It's again, we're down to this now or never, MOUZ. It's either here or you get only 2 or 3 rounds and you put yourself in such a predicament where you have to gamble on winning that opening pistol again, which they consistently have not been able to do.
More passive on mid this time around. Zelix will eventually make a little bit of headway as soon as the underpass connection is there. Allows his teammates to push up, then gives back. Ooh, a boost up, and Cat it appears. xfloud. Position could be deadly. Yeah, Zelix lying in wait at the chair corner. How patient will both of these players be? No shadow being able to be seen. Made from underpass, a distraction. Demon able to swing on one. Zelix, perfect time, but still, kills are only able to be even. Look at this, look at this.
Oh no.
Through the smoke. Who will see who first?
Well,
PR definitely heard. And Spinks the timing. Demon, not enough bullets in the chamber to finish off the kill. But Spinks, a light breeze could take him out at this point. Flash into the site. Demon, his teammate, still making great work from the catwalk, and a backstab. A shot to the back of the head, and execution. Allows FUT to take a 7-round lead.
And we're seeing these pretty large gaps in the defense from FUT that we have seen MOUZ find their way into. They've kind of squeaked their way around and found themselves into a good position. There's just no capitalization yet.
But at the end of the day, the gaps in the defense are proposed for that point. You know, you're allowing MOUZ
bait them into a sense of security.
Yeah, and then you're just able to manipulate elsewhere.
Yeah.
Like giving up mid, having a boost up on Cat, something that hasn't been seen before, having a player already connected to help you guys out. Sure, the kills may have been traded evenly, but at the end of the day, it still worked in favor for FUT.
And then I would kind of put Mirage as a map where both teams they've got the reps in.
It's an even playing ground.
It is, and are we just going to have to see that resurgence from MOUZ in the second half? That's kind of what we're gambling on at this point. I mean, the most they can have is 3 rounds, an 8-3 half. Again, we're in a very doable position, but it puts a lot of that pressure early on. And MOUZ, under pressure, haven't had the best track record thus far. They do at least have some rifles, and they got some Tech 9s. They can maybe make it work if they speed it up a little bit, which it does seem like they're going to do.
Well, at least xertioN already up through connector. Bomb trying to make its way out of Palace. Spinks very quiet on the ladder, jumps off, connects to the head. The pistol also chimes in for one. MOUZ somehow in the best position they've been in so far this game. Off the back of a Galil and a pistol. xertioN aggressive. Able to trade back, low HP. He eventually falls. Nade might have blown the op out of the reach of any teams that want to re-go for it, but Orgy's late lurk in mid. Still good enough for at least one for himself. But this is MOUZ on a second round. This is MOUZ that have done a very good job, even if not with all the weapons they want. Done a very good job to make some sort of statement within this half. 8-2. Very, very similar to both of the previous maps we've just seen. I feel like a deja vu, Groundhog's Day, if you will.
The great part is you don't know which outcome you're going to go with.
No, you have 2 options. You have 2 options. Either you get
win
stopped, or you have a beautiful comeback. And that also depends on what FUT we're going to see in the second half. Nice shot from xertioN. Praise back and forth. Does leave us 3-on-3 very early on. Upper low for the side of MOUZ. xertioN picked it up after his teammate fell. Very nice timing to get Demon caught off there.
Nice slow play. MOUZ don't want to overplay their hand. The top of that smoke and nearly look like it's connected, but it's not. Jugs over on Firebox gets put down, and cmtry last alive, 1-on-3. And the money has now slowed down exponentially for FUT, so this is still a very dangerous scenario. A good shot coming off, and the USP could quite literally clean up 2 kills, but instead peeks with the op, and MOUZ string a couple rounds together as they're locked in now, and we're seeing again that resurgence in the late first half, and they close it out. It looks a little more reasonable. Can they keep it going? They have it. It's just, can they keep bringing it? So many questions.
If history's told us anything, FUT's going to win this round.
If history's told me anything, it's I don't know what's going to happen. If I'm being honest with you.
Well, it's a good way to open up for MOUZ. That's 2 kills early on. Mid-control fully in their grasp. A bit of contention still from cmtry, who's tucked away in ladder room. Has to fall back. Can't give up another kill here. Keep everything you possibly have. And with perfect timing, because the smoke's about to fade in apartments, and xertioN seems like he wants to get curious about it. Oh, the timing. Should be all right, as xertioN hasn't advanced any further. Instead, mid needs to be in focus. Mid needs to be where MOUZ is somehow stopped. Hopper repositioned. Lower con push coming in. The bomb is right there. cmtry a chance to line it up, but instead a smoke drops down. This is a chance for MOUZ to reposition. PR up from heaven. Able to collect 1 kill for himself, but that's the rest of MOUZ going towards this B bomb site.
This should be around for them. closing this out with an 8-4 half puts at least substantially less pressure on them as they line up. Torsen with the uncanny miss thus far as he's starting to line up some shots and finally hit them. The MP9 of Demon looks to challenge Torsen the op, and the jumping MP9 wins that fight 9 out of 10 times. Now picking up the op, a little overlapping, almost clattering themselves as swings in. There we go. Clean up. MOUZ put 3 in a row, and the momentum may be shifting one way or the other. But again, it's the make or break for both these teams thus far. It seems the opening pistol followed by the second. Can whoever wins 2 in a row at this point in the very first half, or the second half, is gonna, I feel like, have it. Whether it's MOUZ or not.
A bold prediction. I think there's still plenty of game left for either one of these teams. A pistol definitely would feel good for either one, but by no means is that the end of it. Saw what happened to FUT last map. Early success does not necessarily mean a future that will flourish. Instead, it just means a harder fall from the top. Again, these teams fighting for a chance at playoffs, fighting for a chance at the round of 16. And it is time to start the pistol. The final pistol, potentially. Nope. Genuinely of this series. I was going to say potentially because of overtime. There's no pistols there. What are we talking about?
No one does that. They got plenty of money.
FUT focus towards B. Thanks. A nice little off angle he's found himself there.
Well, bomb. Lurking around towards mid. Torsen takes first contact, takes a little bit of chip damage over towards xflold. But he is going to be just fine as they start pushing their way up. Cat maybe putting a little pressure onto that B site as it looks to collapse, and Torsen finds the execution in towards xflold, and that's a big name out of the round. But Demon, everyone just simultaneously gets the kills, and Demon signs up for another, and it's down to just 1.
Normally I'd say don't count out xertioN and the dual Berettas, but I'll be honest with you, right now it's a time to count them out. Save the armor into the next. Accept defeat. Allow FUT to be 1 away from double digits. You've battled back before, you can battle back again. Game is all about 1 round at a time, but a very good collection of kills from FUT there. Even if the opening kill doesn't go their way, scattered around the map, they find individual 1v1s. They're able to win them all. And it does put them in the position to win the pistol, have the economic advantage. As the bomb explodes, MOUZ's days might be closer to finish within this series than they were hoping.
The buy will come through for MOUZ. It will be FAMAS, Scout, and probably a little scattered bits of pistols through the bunch. Some Deagles, a 5.7 on PR, and still a deadly buy that FUT are going to have to contest it. We do see Galils, 4 of them, and a MAC-10. So not a lot of one-tap potential like what we see the Deagles and Scout bringing to the table. It's just, can MOUZ utilize it to its fullest potential? And they will make their way up towards apps, right into the not-so-loving arms of that 5.7 hold firmly in PR's hand.
Rough nade to miss. Smoke's gonna come on, Albert. I like this play from FUT. Just keep it simple, keep it effective. You know there's not much to work with, but PR can still make it a little bit interesting. Unfortunately for him, not able to connect with the head, only a few body shots, and MOUZ are already gonna call it off. Save the guns once more. You're not gonna have much to work with in the next, so everything you can possibly have will be good for that.
And Kerbeni should notice this, and he is already on the rotate. He's going to go towards back house and maybe meet them headlong in spawn. But again, FUT can't give up much weapons themselves.
That's fine if you drop 1, you know?
1, 2, yeah. I mean, obviously, send Demon and a MAC-10 at him. Why not? Throw something at him, but anything past that might be a gamble you don't want to take. While we obviously, MOUZ might be able to save 4 guns here, which will still be a very impactful round. But FUT will get themselves into double digits. It'll be 10-4, a 6-round lead. But MOUZ, they've been here before. They've been here multiple times today alone. So it's whether or not they can answer back with the weapon saved, which will grant them at least a little bit of a lifeline to maybe bring this to a reasonable scoreline.
And MOUZ actually in a decent position considering they saved all those guns.
They're able to
basically
save.
just rinse and repeat the previous.
Yeah. Which, I mean, this is going to catapult them if they can have this round. This will catapult them, obviously, a round closer.
But at the same time,
money.
I mean, it's FUT's at double digits now, you know? So, it doesn't matter about catapulting them with money. They need to just catapult themselves into a winning season.
Yeah. That's all that matters in the end.
All that matters at the end of the day are the wins and losses. PR, although winning the opening kill, still won't get anything more than that. xFlout doing a good job to just keep aggression there, pull a rotation over. They sit and wait. Oh, xertioN and Krabeni. xertioN will turn around first. It's xertioN. That allows the T's to push out. Not much of a chance to do much more than anything besides that. Spinks, he shows that his vehicle could be made of something too, but instead it's a double spray down. And xertioN on an unknown flank. Potential to play spoiler. Gonna give himself up with that nade. The nade does good damage. Not enough to take Jugs out. Oh, reflick down. Now the one-on-one. Doesn't clear below. Jugs ready for it. 11-4. And I do believe this is the exact scoreline we saw in the previous.
Yeah. Not damn near close to it. I mean, the weapons are there at the very least here for MOUZ. Torsion, he has an op. He can get that one going. Hopefully, at the very least, he's currently, again, having a very quiet match, but thankfully for MOUZ. cmtry, not having the op, very impactful, at least, is going to at least limit him, while the rest of the team, the Rifles have been doing it. So his name hasn't really been particularly called upon as much as MOUZ need their op kind of going and kicking around and getting these opening picks, which have been a pretty consistent no.
A lot of util for cmtry to use. Silk's getting a little bit aggressive towards the ramp. Didn't get spot out. But now with the utility in mid, it does allow a pathway for FUT to follow. Plenty of CTs are stacked up to try to defend this. One smoked out, xertioN will fire through it. A very important kill onto the Opper.
Oh.
And Krabeni next to fall. Sneaking in through connector. At least trades can come through. But Demon's all by himself. Such low HP. Somehow evading a ball to take him out. Nade can't do close enough. Get any kill, much less any damage at all. Got stuck between a rock and a hard place. And it allows MOUZ to continue to battle back. It allows MOUZ to find their footing. Do you believe, Anthony?
After what I've seen in map 2, yes, 100%. MOUZ,
As you should.
seem like they, you know, again, the first half is always the rough spot for them. And flip side can be said for FUT. MOUZ hopefully can take advantage of this situation. We see the money for FUT not in any reasonable fashion. A place where you really want to force. We are going to see a timeout come through from FUT. And this is a perfect example. Right here, MOUZ can kind of get it going for themselves. They got the weapons, they got an op that was saved, so the money's still solid overall if this can go their way. Build up a nice little safety net and, you know, just keep progressing. It's the baby steps, 1 foot at a time, 1 map at a time. That's all it takes. And, you know, FUT just need 1 to secure at least the overtime. But then, you know, MOUZ in overtime, thus far, 100% win rate.
Not the largest sample size to choose
Literally
from,
just 1 sample size. Just,
hey, you know
just
what?
1 bite.
I suppose
Everyone knows
that's
the rules.
So it will be pistols out for FUT. Oh, nice shot from Torji. And it's just going to be a walkout onto the A bomb site, which, in fairness to FUT, is a good read, is a good play. I doubt the bomb will be allowed to get planted. as the op once again proves to be true. Shots fired back and forth. Still in a position that very much so heavily favors MOUZ. They need to try to clear out CT. Smoke's about to fade right in front of them. Jugs, too many people to choose between. And he's only able to find one. The rest of his teammates fall, including himself. 5-round difference. MOUZ still very much so collected, calm, ready to battle.
It's looking a lot better. Mitigated his losses down to just a single player. Again, nice influx of money. Leaves things a little more comfortable for them. Same can't be said for FUT being denied a bomb plant. Leaves them a little bit shorter on some weapons. We do see 2 Galils, 3 AKs, a little short on some of the utility. But overall, it's something that they can work with. The MOUZ are in prime condition now. They're starting to feel it. You see that confidence flowing back in. They'll take the fights, they'll take the picks.
Very nice selection of rugs down there in Underpass, you know? As I say that, and that is because the T's are trying to focus towards mid. 2 connecting from the bottom, 2 connecting from the top. Cody being lined up. CTs, once again, they have a good setup in the mid. MOUZ have a very good defensive setup that if the push does come through, it's going to be hard to fully get control. 4 players pushing in. PR already find the first. The op, good for another. CTs don't even have to continue to fight this, but they will. They absolutely clear house out. It's just Jugs. A lurk on the A-bomb side. Can't even get much damage done. Now this is a scary MOUZ. This is a MOUZ that seems like they're ready to roll. They're ready to take control.
They are, and rightfully so. This, at that point, at the end of the first half, it was FUT's map to lose. And they're giving MOUZ the momentum, they're giving them the confidence. And we're seeing it by that nice little mid-control going down slowly, methodically picking apart the T's, taking the fights one by one, getting and successfully finding the kills here. And the Deagle from Kerbeni landing some damage, but can't net a kill. And this should, hopefully, be that continued push for MOUZ.
So blocks out. Kerbeni tries to spot ahead. Tap away, even give it a bit of a jump. Oh, okay, xFloud. Is it time again?
Sure.
And the Deagles ring to be true. Hasn't worked out quite as well for his other teammates, but him and Jugs have a pair of kills for themselves. It's a 3-on-3. There's low HP on xFloud. Surely not. cmtry. Aggressive with an AK. xertioN should have heard this. And PR the same. Hiding on the backside of Murder Hole. He'll get the better of him. Now xertioN and PR, they close it out. 2 weapons dropped with so much money in the bank for MOUZ that they're not too worried about it. And this is how easy the tides can switch once more. 11-4 turns to 11-8. And 11-8, that's 3 rounds away from being tied up.
And this is feeling a lot like map 2 already.
And a timeout having to be taken by FUT.
Perfect time to call it. And right now, we're seeing all of MOUZ stepping up at this point. Everyone's now well within that double-digit territory, which in the first half we saw them very quiet, very lackluster. Now, it's going to fall down to cmtry. No op, though. Thankfully, just a rifle for him. 7-12. You know, we kind of pointed him out as the guy that needs to, if they want this to keep going and put MOUZ and hold them back as long as they can, he was a key factor, I would say.
I mean, I would argue that he was probably the biggest key factor. You need your opera online in Mirage. It comes down as simple as that. Even if Torji isn't having like a stellar game, you still just need to have some impact from range. And at the same time, this is a FUT roster that, you know, it's coming down to the wire, and it feels like they're relying more on their individual plays to get them over the edge instead of a collective unit, a collective play. Sure, money hasn't been great. You've been on pistols a lot. You've been on Galils a lot, SMGs. But at the end of the day, a lot of this is coming down to what feels like individualistic ideals from FUT.
Slow and steady as she goes. As again, the mid fights slowly starting to rear their ugly heads as Sphinx in a good position and looks away at just the timing there. So xCloud will be allowed to live another day, or at least another round potentially, as Kerbeni gets taken out. Sphinx swings in, finds one, it's cmtry out, but Demon boosts up towards jungle. It's red, but a little too late as Sphinx strikes from behind and finds a second, as maybe the information not relayed of where Sphinx was.
And now, not even a chance to get into it.
I'm scared.
Well, xCloud's probably shaking in his boots as well. 30 seconds left. No chance in hell, no hope. Try to keep the rifle alive. Your team has no money. No money at all. Even if the loss bonus isn't too bad.
Xfold just trying to find something here, making sure he can have this AK go across into the next round, and MOUZ are...
If they keep it, they're going to have 34, so I mean, they could still buy. It's...
Yeah.
At this point, though, what do you do? I feel like the better chance would just be to have the hero rifle play, maybe get some pistols, some utility, don't do a full investment.
Speed it up, maybe. I mean, we haven't really seen too much of a quick-paced action out of this squad other than mid. Mid's the only quick area they've gone to. They've never really dedicated a fast and steady exec onto a site. Hopefully not B. A couple smokes will give you pretty prime access to that A site. Instead, it seems like mid will be where the utility goes, but the bodies are funneling their way elsewhere.
xCloud takes a bit of contact. Ooh, an opening kill. That's very good. A double up. Okay. Now this is the chance for FUT to get back in action. But again, it feels like it's just reliant on these individual plays.
Yeah.
The aggression was there. Very nice kills come in. But where's the plot behind that? The bomb rotates its way over to A. There's no one there to defend it. Instead, it's a double push up through mid from MOUZ. They should be more than aware of this is the possibility of the situation happening. A smoke goes over. Lands on the top of the stairs. One for the top of the con. xertioN pushes up. Not going to get any sightline through. And no one in CT. xertioN does catch the flank of xCloud out. And now it's just pistols on the remaining players. MOUZ debatably in a better spot to deal with this.
This is going to be a key fight right here.
Yeah,
3 players stacked up. Good flash coming across, catches everyone, and somehow a team kill and a kill comes through. It's a 2-on-2. The op finds it, but can't close it out. It's down to Joe.
He doesn't even know he's taking it. He doesn't even know he's taking it. There was no noise that could be heard because of all the action happening in CT. So close yet so far away. Another heartbreak of a round. And now 1 round being the difference. I mean, FUT hasn't looked alive.
This whole half.
FUT hasn't looked alive in at least 7 rounds.
It has been
They won the first 3.
It's been a dominant stretch from MOUZ. Again, the resilience is coming into play here, Donnie. We saw it on Nuke, and it's coming up again. It's obvious. It's here right now. They can actually, this time, not even have to go to overtime. They didn't let FUT even touch into the realm of that. Still on the cusp of it, still being able to dodge it, and FUT have stalled out on 11.
That timeout definitely needed here. Take a look at the previous round. Again, if you want to look at the bright side, I mean, at least the loss bonus has built up to a point where FUT on the T side, no matter what, can buy for the rest of this. MOUZ has so much money stored up that they're in the same boat. Finances should not be an issue at this point. It should just come down to who is going to win the gunfights, who is going to win the tactical war, who is going to playoffs in France. xertioN wants to put his team in the position to do so, gets aggressive in mid, scoped on Cat. No one's there for the scope to see, however. And 3 towards the apartments.
Double op, actually.
First time it's come out.
It is, and this is probably going to catch at least Jugs off. Maybe more. We're probably going to see PR get a kill. Probably drop down, reposition off maybe towards empty pillar, watch the cross. It's a good setup for him if he can get this opening pick, because he has little to no support close by. A single flash will push him off, but instead, this might be a dry peek coming out from FUT.
And it's
a full challenge.
One and done position as well. I mean, even if he gets one kill here, it'd be hard pressed to find another. Spinks able to help out elsewhere. Again, one and done. Spinks has rotated in time though, and his teammate backs him up from the market. xertioN, nice 2 kills, leaves just cmtry by himself. It's a tied scoreline, ladies and gentlemen. It is a tied scoreline. It's 11-11. And could you ask for a better series to be a decider? Could you ask for a better series to send a team all the way to playoffs? Round of 16, earn yourselves a few days off, a little bit of rest. And you know what? After how incredibly taxing this battle has been,
yeah,
you're going to need the days off.
The high highs and the low lows, it's the definition of a roller coaster of a matchup here. We thought it was going to be a 2-0. We were wrong. We're on map 3. We thought it was going to just end off abruptly from FUT winning. We were wrong again. It's 11-11, and it is just MOUZ full steam ahead with only success above them.
Julio and Cyclone both a chance to talk to their teams. Timeout called. All the momentum in the world in MOUZ's corner. An absolute stomping. Clock ticks down. The last chance for either one of these teams to make a push to end this in regulation. Otherwise, it'll just be a brawl for overtime.
Utility is abysmal here for FUT. I mean, most of it already gone as is, so maybe getting onto an execute, onto a site, is going to come down to where they can get a pick. And they haven't had an early pick in probably this whole half, I would say. It has been a long time coming for FUT to get the opener, and I'm hard-pressed to believe they're going to find it this round.
Boost up into window. Okay, xFloud at least opens it up. That's exactly what we were talking about. You need that opening kill. Immediately traded back by xertioN. 2 to fall instead of just 1. Negates any momentum that FUT might have just built up. Oh, the timing could not have been worse for Jugs. xertioN able to save his teammates live. A Guardian Angel from the other side. Krebeni keeps us even. cmtry, a beautiful shot on the Torji, which leaves the in-game leader all by himself. A new breath of life brought into MOUZ by this man since the reins have been taken over. But can he continue to push his team forward within this matchup? Can the dream of MOUZ ending this in regulation still be true, or is it FUT to have the advantage instead? Both the players back up towards the ramp. Nade goes out towards default. No one there to catch any of it. xertioN clears. All FUT needs to do is play back. Don't give up the one-on-ones. Instead, swing at the same time.
There we go.
Perfection performed by FUT. And finally, the round drought has ended.
That 8 in a row?
7 in a row. 7-1. Started out with 3 rounds. You get the pistol, you get the 2 conversions. MOUZ takes every round past that point until you're fully pushed against the wall, until you have no breathing room. You give one last shove. But is it enough to knock MOUZ down?
Again, it's a coin flip scenario. Overtime or not. It's overtime or bust at this point. If it goes to overtime, I feel like MOUZ have this again.
Yeah, and
so FUT need to stop it now.
If it goes to overtime, I mean, and that's another loss for FUT, they're going to be absolutely crushed. Sure, another chance in the lower bracket, but so much stress put into this one matchup. The entirety of FUT set up towards A. Play the push for a moment. Huge opening kill. Jugs goes good there. Molotov pushes them back. 2 on the site. 1 towards window. Nade. Huge damage on the 2 players. Flashes flood over. Jugs another kill. That's 2 to start it out. Is this a chance? xertioN able to trade back. Finds 2 for himself, and now a player advantage for the T's, but still a doable retake. Bomb yet to be planted. PR in a great spot. Gets the spray onto the player default. The timing's perfect for Demon, and now xertioN had an amazing first map. Fell off a bit, and now it's all up to him. A 1v2. A 1v2 to keep yourselves alive. A 1v2 to send you into the round of 16. And the T's, they've rotated. The T's are heading towards B.
They have time this time.
Perfectly executed. Both up through Cat. xertioN has an idea of what's going on, though, but the bomb's going to be planted for Cat. Surely, this is an unwinnable situation for xertioN. No matter how skilled he is with the op. All FUT need to do is play the angles, play the timing right. xertioN starts to swing in, the first head found, but FUT able to drag it back. It looked like surely they had every map won. It falls apart map 2, but then they get it over the finish line in the last possible moment, and they stamp themselves in the round of 16 in playoffs here in France. And a chance to contend for the Esports World Championship victory in Counter-Strike.
Talk about